Hello. Okay, so I have coffee, we have yarn cakes here, and I am making scrap cakes. So if you are a replay warrior, I'm making a whole bunch of these for my Taco Tuesday challenge, and I thought, well, I can't sleep, I'm on, so let's do the things. We're gonna do this together. Super excited about this. So I have a bunch of leftover yarns from projects and things, literally all the things. So I brought in a couple of my baskets here with leftover yarns, and we're doing coffee and cake. So yeah, if this is of interest to you, hang out with us. I would absolutely appreciate the company. Yeah. So in the meantime, I think what I'm going to do is try to pull up the chat so I can see you guys on the computer. You guys are you're too far away. I can't really see you guys, but just give me one moment and I'll be able to pull up the chat and then I'll be able to say hello to everybody. I don't know what time it is where you're at, but it's 11:17 here. But as I always say, it's 8 o'clock somewhere. It's always 8 o'clock somewhere. So let me go to my page, view channel. I should be able to pull you guys up. Wow, there's 83 of us. I just turned it on. I love this for us. So good. Okay, I see the chat. Perfect. Okay, now we move the box over. Okay, good. Hello, Helen. Hello, Cherry. I see all of you guys now. I feel like we're connected. You know what I mean? Okay, so if you said hello to me and I didn't acknowledge you, my apologies. I'm saying hello to you now. Hello, Sabrosa's Kitchen. Hello to you guys. Hello, Ravina. Welcome in. Let me say hello to everybody first. Hello, Colette. Welcome in. And Jill, as you can see, I have my jammies on. I can't sleep, guys. I had such a crazy busy day. I can't sleep, and I need to do these cakes for the Taco Tuesday challenge. So I figured, why not come on, hang out with me for a little while, hang out with you guys. I don't know how long I'm going to be on. Again, I can't sleep. I have fresh coffee. I made a fresh pot of coffee. So listen, if you can't hang with me, don't worry, no harm, no foul. Catch the replay later, you know. But I'm on for as long as it takes to get my work done here. So I need to make scrap cakes for a project for Taco Tuesday. So yes, I love how everyone is saying hello to everyone. Hi, Deb Dow, welcome in. And Sugar, hello to you. And Kendall and Tammy and all the folks. Hello, Spring, welcome in. So glad that you're here. Hello, hello, hello. So I know you can't really see my basket. And I thought about doing like the normal live, but I like the verticals sometimes because you get the full view. Like, you don't get the cutoff of like this. You get all of this. And I thought it was really cool. So it's fine. Dorothy says, caffeine is not a drug, it's a vitamin. I can't agree with you more. It's all the things. It's so great. Hi, Tara. Welcome in. And Shannon, hello to you. It's only 10 p.m. I love that for you and for me and for us because I don't feel so bad about going on so late. Yeah. You're working on Nana June's blessing blanket. How is it working out for you guys? I hope you guys are having a lot of fun making that blanket. It was awesome to design and to actually crochet one. I did one myself. So, yeah. Super, super nice. Huge hello to everybody. Okay, so let me just jump into this. Again, if you missed the very beginning, I am doing scrap cakes for my Taco Tuesday challenge, and I have a lot of these. I have bags and baskets of leftover yarns from projects. Some of these are not leftover yarns. Full disclosure, this is artist print. So this here is not a discontinued vintage variegated yarn. And so I have several of these, and I felt like maybe I could put one in here for a scrap cake. Same thing for this one. Except this is a vintage variegated yarn, but I have several of these, and I thought, well, let me put one in here. Look how nice these cakes look when you mix solids and variegated. It's something I normally don't do, but look how beautiful that is. Isn't that great? That's so good when you mix some of like the variegated yarn and some of like, yeah. How many yards needed for the Nana June blanket? So it depends on your hook size. It depends on your yarn. To be on the safe side, on my written pattern, I put 1,500 yards because there's really no telling. It depends on, your tension, your hook size, your yarn choice. So to be safe, 1,500 yards. So, yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Did I miss anybody? I'm sorry. Hi, Donna A. Welcome in. I have another one here, which is kind of my favorite cake. That's why I haven't really touched it yet. It's my favorite one. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? And I'm not saying that just because of the purple. That's beautiful. When you mix variegated yarns with solids, I mean, it looks like candy. Does it not? It's just so delicious. You have like cherry and grape and mint and all the things. So anyway, we're going to make some happy cakes. By the way, I have more than one. I have a second one here filled with leftover yarns, guys. So I'm going to be pulling all the colors and we're going to do all the things. So yeah. Where do we start? So I definitely don't want to use the yarn balls because I don't have the yarn bowl here with me right now. So I will start with anything that's caked up. So this is technically a cake. I kind of wrapped it around, So anyway, hi Rico, welcome in. Thank you for being here. So this is also a cake that I used. This is so exciting. I'm so happy. And I have flats here too, guys. So I have some flats. I'll pull the flats if I need to in order to make these cakes. So yeah, I think for my scrappy project, I'm going to need about 6 to 8 cakes. I think that's kind of how this is going to go. 6 to 8 cakes is what I'm going to need. And I'm very excited because, like I said, I'm mixing variegated yarn. I have some really nice variegated yarn too. So it's all the things. To start with, I'm going to use this gray. All right. My new shawl pattern looks amazing. You like it? I didn't really think anybody would be interested in that. I mean, because, it's that simple. But to my surprise, a lot of people are actually enjoying that. I mean, I'm happy that you guys like it. Or a lot of you guys like it. So, hi, Debbie. Welcome in. Super happy to see you here. I feel like, I don't know, with how busy my day has been, I feel like I've missed everything. You ever have one of those days where you think you're super productive and then the day flies by and you're like, what? Okay, I feel like I missed everything. That's how I feel right now. But we'll get past that. I'm sure tomorrow will bring new things, as always, right? So, yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Spring. Every day, yeah. So good. Okay, so I'm going to start with a solid, and then I'm literally, no rhyme, no reason, I'm going to flip-flop between solids and variegated, and I think it's really going to amp up my cake. I learned that a full cake is usually around 300 to 350 yards of yarn, depending on your tension. Yeah. So I need about 8 of these in order to make what I'm making. So let's do it. And I have my scissors. Yes. Okay. All right. And we're off, guys. You know what I just realized? I forgot to plug in the microphone. Can you guys hear me? Maybe I need to plug in the microphone. Should I? Maybe. Oh, and by the way, guys, I'm not watching the clock this time. I feel like I should let you guys know that. So if at any time you need to go do your things, if you got to go see another live, go do that. I'll be here. This is probably going to be an extended live for me because I need to keep busy. I got a lot on the brain. So I'm going to be busy for a little while. That's another reason why I'm vertical. Okay, good. So I don't have to worry about the microphone. Perfect. Love it. Yeah, I'm going to be on for a little while, guys. I don't really do extended lives all that much, but I feel like if and when I do them, I need to let you guys know ahead of time what we're getting into. So feel free to bounce out whenever you feel the need to, okay? I won't feel any type of way, I promise. This is just a great way for me to have some company because, yeah, every now and then we need company, and I need some. So you guys are that company for me. All right, so I'm going to put some of this on, and hopefully it makes sense. I mean, if not, that's okay too. And for those of you guys who ever wondered, I do a slip knot like this on my cakes because if the time allows it, I will do a proper knot, but not while I'm making the cakes. Time is of the essence. I don't have time to do that right now. I just have time to make my cakes. So, yes. I just have time for the cake. Okay. And I also do a lot of flip-flopping. We have to keep it interesting, you know? These scrappy cakes, you got to really see those color changes, you know? I like to provide contrast every now and then. I like to do like a dark and then a light, a dark and then a light. Now that I have variegated in here, no rhyme, no reason. I'm just throwing the telephone book at the cake. And we're just doing the things. So, I should tell you what yarns these are. I'm sorry. So this is Premier's yarn, just yarn from the $1.25 tree. I had to cake this up because it went cattywampus. It was a complete mess. So I caked it up, but this is from the $1.25 tree. Colorway is mustard. Very nice. Now this one here is a brand new skein. It's vintage, discontinued variegated yarn, but I don't know the colorway name. And so with these skeins, I call them mystery skeins. I'm including them in this project here because I have projects where I kind of need to know the name of the yarn, and I just don't know the name of it. So I can't really speak to it, and since I can't speak to it, it's going to go here. And I think am I about to make, okay, here it is. Okay, good. I'm about to make a mess. I'm about to make a mess. I don't mind. Anyway, thank you guys so much for popping in here, hanging out with me for a little while, however long it's going to be for you. Hopefully you have something to do, maybe something to drink, maybe something to snack on. Maybe you're caking up yarn or working on your project. What are you planning to make with these cakes? So the Taco Tuesday challenge was to do a scrappy project, right? Running 2 strands of scrappy cakes together. So what I'm going to do is make a blanket. So I don't know if I'm going to try a Nana June's blessing blanket with scrappy cakes, or if I'm going to do my Timber Trails or my Twins Crossing. So one of those 3 are the choices for this cake. And yeah, so hopefully all goes well. Hi Jess, welcome in. These new cakes, you know what it is? It's this vintage skein, you know? They're very temperamental when you start them, and they're very temperamental when you finish them. They've got that little crust on the outside and it sticks. I'll tell you, I may have to cake the cake because the tension just was not giving us what it needed to give us. Wait, I may actually rewind this. Let's see if I can rewind, because this colorway just came out a hot blank mess. All right, so let's try to recake this. Okay. It didn't come out exactly the way. I may have to recake the cake. The tension's just way off. It's okay. Can y'all go a day without hearing that giggle? Oh, that's too funny. I love it. Okay, so let's trim that. Let's use some of this Pound of Love, Lion Brand Pound of Love. Actually, no, false, fake news. This is Big Twist Pound Plus in Olive Drab. That's what this is. I just thought I knew it, and then it came to me because I used this for Autumn Aspirations. This is the leftover yarn from that project back in November. And at long last, it's gonna go into a cake. And hopefully into Ooh, a Boggy Creek blanket. I almost lost my breath there. I didn't know if I want to yawn or what. All right, here we go. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. Oh, thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate your thumbie. I appreciate your flyby situation. Thank you, Mona. I appreciate your kind words. Juan, is there a mitered granny on your Stitch Academy? I couldn't find it. So Cole, no, I did the mitered granny on a Crochet with JTY8 on Sunday, but stay tuned because a handful of you guys reached out to me asking me for that mitered square. So there are a few other square projects that I need to do for the channel that I did on Crochet with JTYA. I did the triangle and I got such great feedback on that. Also the mitered square. So I'm going to pencil those on the list and get those taken care of. But as of right now, it's not in the Stitch Academy, but it will be soon. So stay tuned for that, okay? Look at this. Look what I found. Look at that gorgeous colorway. I have no idea what yarn that is, but it's going on here, and it's going to go right after this olive drab because of the olive in the color here. I think that would be great. You're welcome, Cole. Let's see what we got here. Hopefully I can make this work without it going too crazy. Let's see. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Anyway, how are all of you guys? What are you guys up to tonight? Doing anything fun or interesting? Anything at all? Tell me all the things, guys. Tell me all the things. Oh. Why is that so relaxing? You know what I think it is? It's the hum. For me, it's the hum. Tutorial for that yellow shawl. That's something else so many of you guys are asking for. I have a written pattern for this. This is one of those projects that I wrote up the pattern for Ravelry. I did not put a tutorial out there because there are so many tutorials out there for these kinds of shawls. But still, you guys are asking. Yes, that is the guiding points of light. So this is a great colorway. Isn't that great? I love it. Love it. Sabrosa, you want the tutorial for that? Watching on Taco Tuesday challenges? Yeah, or you're working on Tuesday. Okay, sorry. Computer's a bit far, but you love knitting? I love that you love knitting. I love knitting too, except when I do it, I don't really get far with it like I do in crochet, but that's okay. I don't mind at all. Look at this sad skein. It needs a home, so we're gonna give it a home. Let's see here. Hopefully I can make sense of this. I think that's why I put it down, because I couldn't find the inside to do like that inside pull. Oh, maybe I got it, guys. I don't know. This is a very old vintage solid yarn. We're using up all the yarns, guys. All yarn is good yarn, right? Hello, Michelle. Welcome in. Oh, you're making a secret sweater. Oh, that's so nice. So, so cool. And happy birthday to your daughter. Well, early. Happy early birthday to your daughter. All right, so let's do it. Hopefully it's not going to be a... Okay. Oh, look at that. Nice contrast. So, are we all knotted up already? It takes 0 minutes for this to get all knotted up. It's an old skein. I expect it. You know what I mean? Hi, Manuela. Welcome in. So good. So I just learned, okay, first of all, I don't watch the news. I don't watch like the weather. I don't watch TV like that. So I had no idea that there was like this hurricane sitting in the Atlantic. Who knew? I found out right before we went live that there's this big, huge hurricane in the Atlantic. Just chilling, just doing all the things in the Atlantic. And that explains why we have cool weather. Maybe sometimes it is necessary for me to like turn the weather on so I can kind of know like what kind of weather we're in for. I had no idea, guys. Oof. You're tuning in from work? Nice, nice. Oh, okay, this one wasn't a huge skein, but it didn't make sense to cut this in half. So I'm leaving it like that. What other colorway can we throw in here? Let's do some of this purple. Or not? Okay, yes. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. For the gifted membership. That's so cool. Thank you, thank you. And who got it? Barbara. Congratulations. You're now an official yarn addict for the next month. Gifted to us from Ralph. Thank you so much, Ralph, for gifting the membership. That was so kind of you. Super nice. What am I even doing right now? What am I doing? You're on holidays at the cottage this week, so no TV, only know what the weather is by looking out the window, right? I wondered, like, why is it so cool outside right now? I'm like, it's not October. It feels like October. It feels like next week is Halloween, you know, with how cool it's been. I'm not complaining, I promise. I love the fall. It's my favorite season. And I'm like, what did I do to deserve such great weather? Did I make someone happy? You know, and they're giving me good weather for the week? I don't know. But no complaints out of me. I'll tell you that. I'm very happy about the fact that we've got nice, cool weather. And I'm really sorry for those who don't live over on the East Coast. You guys are still experiencing what August is really about. And I'm so sorry for you guys. Oh. Oh. Hold on. Donna, it's actually... Oh, okay. Thank you, Donna, for the gifted membership. That was Donna, guys, not Ralph. Hi, Billy Joe. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I thought to myself for a second, I'm like, I don't recall ever seeing a Ralph. But how cool is that? What is even happening here? Okay, when we have these moments, we cut it short, right? Quick color change. It's quite okay. We have no time to fuss. We'll deal with that later. All right. So I'm going to put some white on. Actually, no, we're not. Let's put some of this colorway on. Look. Oh, thank you so much for that, Vanjie. That was too kind of you. So cool. We love that. Very nice. Hi, Roxy. Welcome in. Surprise. Maybe you can just watch me. If you have me on your phone, you can watch me from the bed. I go into rabbit holes on social media right before bed. Like, I'll lay there and scroll. That's totally me. I do it all the time. I shouldn't do it all the time, but I do it. I mean, it's fine. It is what it is, you know? Hi, Amelia. Welcome in. I was going to label this live. I had a whole plan. I was going to do like a late night coffee and cake with JTYA. But then I thought to myself, well, if you want to know what we're doing, you're going to have to come in and find out. So I left it alone. I left it just, you know, I'm live. And that's it. Okay. I forgot. This is balled up before it's caked up. So let me try this. Okay. This cake is going to look really nice. And you know what color I want to do next? That aqua color. This cake is calling for aqua. It's like, please give me the aqua. I need it in my life. Please. But I also like this charcoal gray. I love working with Loops and Thread Soft Classic. That's what yarn this is, by the way. Loops and Thread Soft Classic is a really thick, fluffy 4. Actually, not fluffy, squishy 4, you know? Very nice. So I'm going to trim that. And let me move this. I do want to thank the mods for whacking the trolls. I see that you guys are doing the things. It doesn't go unnoticed. Guys, give the mods props for whacking these trolls. You get them the heck out of here. Yep. Even the ones sitting back by the bushes. The minute they say something, you whack them right out of this live. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, hello, Erin. Welcome in. Wait a minute. I wrapped this around the wrong way. Oh my stars. What did I do? Okay. I need to fix this. Fix it, Juan. Fix it. I got it wrapped around the wrong way somehow. I got sidetracked. Hold on. I'm just going to undo what I've done. Okay. Usually I'm much more efficient, but you know, I'm kind of like doing the things. Mods are playing Whack-A-Troll. Yes, they are, and I appreciate them for it. I've been asked, like, hey, Juan, you know, we noticed that sometimes on your live streams you have a lot of mods. Well, mainly because when I do verticals, there's plenty of people there to whack trolls. It's great. We love that for us. And come on, do we have a knot here? I might have to finagle with the knot once I work through this cake. Oh, I fixed it. Perfect. All right. Oh. Yarn baby? No? Yes? What does it want to do? Yes, it wanted to give us a yarn baby. Yarn babies, yarn babies. What's my newest whip? So I have to tell you, I am currently working on a Halloween blanket behind the scenes. Of course, I haven't shown it yet. I'm going to show you guys as a whip. It's nothing extravagant, like out of this world, like mind bending or anything like that. I'm literally making motifs, granny motifs in Halloween colors. That's one of the whips that I'm working on. And then, of course, you know, I have this whole goal of 50 blankets by December 31st. So in the upcoming podcast is when I'm going to reset the clock. So every finished boggy blanket that I show, starting with the next podcast, will go, you know, as like number 1, number 2. So anything that I posted beforehand won't count. I'm still going to send those, but I'm going to send 50 in addition to what I've already prepared to go out. So, yeah. Now, I did the math. I need to average 3 blankets a week. So if I do extras, that's just going to make it a lot easier for me to get to my goal. So the goal is to get to 50 before the end of December, you know? So I love that for us. Anywho, let me just... These older skeins, sometimes they like to be all extra. Extra, read all about it. When do I sleep? Normally, I sleep about 4 to 5 hours a day as it is. But, yeah. As of late, my sleep schedule has been just so whack. I can't really keep track. A lot of, you know, going on in my head between, you know, trying to plan out my projects and do all the things, you know? So, yeah, I sleep when I get the time. Right, Bon Bon? Whack. It's just so crazy. All right, do I have room for a outside color? I do. What color do we put on the outside? You know what color? This color. This skein needs some TLC. Look how fuzzy that is. It needs, yeah, it needs all the things. So let me go ahead and actually do it. Yes, Juan, yes. I talk to myself all the time with this. I'm like, yes, Juan, no, Juan. Yes, Juan, no, Juan. Anyway, no, not pink, Denise. Do I have pink even? Yes, I do have. I do have some from that pink challenge, but I don't think I have any here. Yes, I do. I have watermelon. I'll put that in the next cake. Let me see, are we touching? Yes. Okay, so that's going to wrap up cake number 1. So good. Love this for us. So I'm just going to go ahead and seal the deal with this, pop this off, bring that off like that. It's shake and bake, and I helped. Nothing to write home about. So there's the cake. I went a little heavy with the two outer colors, but I'm not mad at it. You know, we have some variegated in there. I need to put more variegated in these cakes. That's not enough to my satisfaction. So let's move on to cake number 2. I'm going to start with a variegated yarn. I'm going to start with this. I don't even know the name of this colorway. I'll show it to you guys. It's very like neutral, muted colors. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start with this variegated yarn, and I'm going to make it a point to include more. Do I see pink in this? Yes, hold on. I'm like, what is pink doing in my basket? Like it did something wrong. Oh my goodness. What is wrong with me and my aversions? I don't know. Look at this. Oh, this was from the taco challenge. So I do have this. This is called Panther Pink. You know what I should do? I don't know if I'm going to do it, guys, but what I should do is put this in my ripple blanket, because this is discontinued vintage variegated yarn. It's going to stick out like a sore thumb, though, because it's this very, very vibrant Panther Pink. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, let's see. I'm going to put this here. And guys, if you guys are asking me questions, I may not get to them because, again, you are far away. So my goal here is to make my cakes. So again, if I miss your questions, my apologies in advance. I'll get to them if and when I see them. All right. Okay. Let's see. Do you have crazy going on in your day job? I'm sure it's, yes, I do. CJ Crochet, yes, I do. It's just that time of year, you know? I feel like every year, this time of year, we all get a little bit of that, for sure. And I don't know if you guys know this, but in October 6th, I'll be celebrating 20 years with my company, 20 years. And 20 years is a long time to be with a company. And it's a great marker, a great milestone, but yeah. And then, you know, I'm a middle-aged man, right? So like I just turned 46. That doesn't help. But so yeah. Some would call it a midlife crisis. I don't know what we would call it today, but yeah. Is it a midlife crisis? I'm up in the middle of the night doing yarn cakes, thinking about life's choices. Maybe that is a midlife crisis. I don't know. But I'm glad you guys are here with me for the ride. I mean, all things considered, I mean, it is what it is. So good. What's the biggest mistake I've made? Okay, so Rika, I actually said this a few times. The biggest mistake that I've done was I hosted a crochet along. Well, I've hosted them every season, but the one in particular I'll speak to, the spring crochet along. The what did we call that? I forget. It was a blanket, rectangular, last year, spring. I recorded the tutorial and I made so many mistakes. I had to re-record the entire section, like week after week. For the first 3 weeks, I've had to re-record the content like 3 times because I either said something wrong in terms of like stitch counts, or what I was saying did not match what I was doing and it was wrong and I had to take it out and I had to frog it all back and recrochet it. It's bad enough having to do it once, but I had to do it 3 times, and I had to do it 3 times with a smile on my face, and no one really knew what was going on, you know, on that side of the camera. But over here, despair and woe was me. Yes, I was devastated when I realized the mistakes that I had made, and my team, they were like, hey, Juan, we're so sorry to have to tell you this, but the video doesn't jive with what was going on. You're going to have to take a look at it. And I did, and I'm like, you know what? I got to redo it. It's not right. That was huge for me. And the 1 week, I was literally hours away from the release, still recording that week's tutorial, literally hours away. And I was there buttoning up the last of it. I didn't think I was going to be able to get everything done in time. Yeah, it was rough. Yeah, it was an experience for sure. Thank you for the question, Rika. You and your questions, I love it. So good. Anybody else have any questions they'd like to ask me that are Yarny related? I would love to answer them. Actually, what am I doing? Why didn't I want to start with a variegated yarn? I don't know. I changed my mind at the last minute. I wanted to start with this, but I got to talking and I squirreled. That's what happened. That's what happened. That's okay. So now we have variegated yarn, right? So good. So yes, I am using my Stanwood ball winder. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Thank you mods for answering any questions. By the way, guys, if the wrenches know the answers, they're going to answer for me, especially since you're all the way over there and I'm all the way over here. It doesn't look like we're far apart, but that's because of like the camera and the zoom. I'm actually quite far away, which surprises me that you guys can hear me. Well, I am kind of talking loud, but that goes without saying. I think from here I want to do mustard, right? Mustard? Yes? Okay. We're going to do mustard because why not? Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to see the comments here. I cannot tell you how many times I have had to frog projects because I lose my place constantly since. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, Tracy. Wendy. I should sing happy birthday to you. Should we sing happy birthday to Wendy? In like 7 minutes, it won't be her birthday anymore. Right, Rika? I wish Joanne was still a thing because I used to like going in there. It had so much yarn. So good. All right, so I'm going to sing happy birthday to you, Wendy, okay? And forgive me, guys. It's 6 minutes until midnight. I'm probably going to be completely out of tune. It's fine. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Wendy. Happy birthday to you. I wish you many more. I wish you many more. I wish you many more. Happy birthday to you. There you go. Happy birthday, Wendy. I hope it wasn't too bad, but no, don't worry about it. It's fine. I forewarned you guys, so no worries there. I'm not worried, I promise. Just hopefully your ears are not bleeding. I think, should we do back-to-back variegated? That's going to be too much. I love it. Let's do it. Back-to-back variegated. Artist print. Let's do it. Let's do it. Back-to-back artist prints with this unknown vintage variegated discontinued yarn and all the things. Love this for us. Aww. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, that's enough. I get too happy with these cakes. I'm like, let me put some of this on. I'm going to put on some aqua. It feels like a DK weight yarn, but the skein says it's not a DK weight yarn. So I'm just going to go with, fine, it's a light 4. Okay. And then from here, I'm going to put on some of this. Do I have any down here? No. Let's do this because for contrast, you know what I mean? I think it would be great. The only thing is I don't have my yarn bowl nearby. Actually, I'll just put it in there. It's not a yarn bowl, but it will act as one for the time being. You know what I mean? Hi, Cindy Lou. Welcome in. And a huge hello to anybody in here right now. I can't believe how many people are in here right now. I love this for us. Oh, thank you, Rika. I appreciate that. Have you ever accidentally almost introduced yourself as Juan the Yarn Addict at your day job? Actually, funny story, not by accident. I let them know that's who I am when I'm not at the day job. They know, and a lot of them are subscribed to the channel. Even like the corporate folks, like, you know, you have local and then corporate. Yes, I have people local and corporate subscribed to my channel, and they do watch and they do comment in the videos and everything. Yep. It's nice to have support. I do have a great support system on this side of the camera when it comes to all that, so I'm very fortunate in that way. Yep, I sure am. Let's see. I'm looking for some cakes and things. Let's see. Oh, look at this. Yes. I don't want to do back to back, but guess what? We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Back to back vintage yarns. Oh, it's going to be so messy in a good way, and I love it. So messy in a good way, and I love it. You're working on Nana June's blanket, Manuela? Do you like it? I love that you love it. I love that you love it. First, I do want to let you guys know that the stitches that are in there, I'm sure you guys know this already, but the stitches in that blanket are Nana June's, or some of Nana June's favorite stitches. That's why I used them. I asked Cherry, I said, hey, what were Nana June's favorite stitches? And she gave me some stitches. And so I used what I could for the pattern, and that's what happened. I just needed to make sure that the stitch counts worked out, and it did. So super happy about that. And apparently lots of people like it, and I love that for us. So yeah. Come on, come on. I want to try and use up the rest of this olive drab. The cake is so flat. I don't know if you guys can see that. Look how flat that cake is. Like, it's asking to be finished. Hello, hello. Welcome in to anybody who I haven't said hello to yet. I mentioned this already, but I didn't label this live because I wanted people to come in and just be like, what are we doing? You're currently working on the new shawl. Love how obviously absolutely simple it is, right? Sometimes simple is great. I have it styled right here. I know you guys can't see it. Look at how I have this. Isn't this nice? I have it facing the front just to show everybody what it looks like. So if you haven't seen this, this is the Easy Breezy shawl. It's a 1-row setup with a 1-row repeat. Guys, if you don't, you just check it out. The tutorial's very, very short, and you can use any weight of yarn you want. And I made this literally in a few hours. So if you're looking for a quick make, this could be it. Now, I won't wear this like this, and in the thumbnail, you'll see it where it's like around the neck, like a scarf. That's how I wear this. So you can make this for the guys to wear something around their neck when it gets chilly out, or you can make it as a shawl. It's very, very versatile. So the yarn here is Sunrise Ombre from Big Twist, and I only used 2 skeins of that yarn. So 500 yards or so is all you need to make all of this. A little bit of yarn goes very, very far with this. And yeah, it's very, very nice. Anyway, I wanted to show you that because some are mentioning it. So yes, nice plug, right? And for those of you guys that are new to the channel, I do have to tell you, I'm predominantly a blanket maker, and I do shawls and hats and scarves. That's kind of my go-to. I have been dabbling into different things like bags and amigurumi and all the things like that, but my passion in crochet is blankets. It's always been my thing. I've always been about the blankets since day one. You can go back and watch my very first video. I've shown tons and tons of blankets. It's my favorite. In case anyone's wondering, like, what is my all-time favorite thing to do with crochet? It's blankets. 100%. 1,000%. Not just 100. 1,000%. I love making blankets. I don't know why. I just do. You know, we all have our thing. But I also make these shawls here because, not because of me actually. And fun fact, for those of you guys who ever wanted to know how the shawls even became a thing on my channel, the viewership. You guys have reached out to me and say, hey Juan, I know that you're about blankets, but can you please make a shawl? That's how it all started. All of the things that you're seeing here outside of blankets came from suggestions from the viewership. And yeah. So shawl after hat, the hats too. The hats came from suggestions from you guys. So yeah, I don't know if you guys ever knew that, but now you know. So, and who knew? I actually do like making those too. It's so much fun. Did I mess up? Yes, I did. I went with the outside of the skein instead of the inside. Why did I do that? Oh well. We have to improvise, right? Oops. Whoopsie. And some of you guys may be wondering, like, Juan, you're usually not on this late. Like, what's going on? I'll tell you. So sometimes we, you know, have one of those days where we grind and we grind and we grind and we just have trouble settling down. We're very antsy and we just can't seem to simmer down. That's me. And what I do is I listen to my body. If my body is not ready to go to sleep, I'm not sleeping. I don't like to force myself to do things my body's not ready to do. And that's where I'm at with it. So I'm just waiting for my body to tell me, okay, we're ready to go to bed now. So yeah, that's kind of why we're here. And I don't mind it. I just wish that I was more productive with getting these cakes done, but I'm liking the process. I do need a total of 8 cakes, so I have the yarn for it. The question now becomes, am I going to have the fortitude and the mental bandwidth to put out 8 cakes? We're going to find out in a few moments. Do I have enough of this? Yes. Let me put some more of this. Do I have another variegated yarn in here? Yes, I do. What is this one? Let's see. This is Holly and Ivy. That's already on the ripple blanket, so I can use this. Perfect. Holly and Ivy. Very great Christmas colors. Let me show you guys. Holly and Ivy. So, so good. I can do it. I know I can. With your help, together, we can. Si se puede. Yes, we can. Si se puede. Right? Anyway. I rarely ever speak Spanish on my channel. So when I can, or no, when I do, you'll know it's a very rare occasion. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Look at this. It's very argyle looking. Is it argyle? I can't think of the word. Look at that. It's beautiful. Thank you so much. This is a very, very nice cake. This is beautiful, guys. Holly Ivy. I wonder if you can color control it. Right? Maybe this could be color controlling yarn. I don't know. But I do have several skeins of this. Like not cakes, but actual skeins of it. I may actually try that one day. I'm not trying to put more work on my plate. I don't have it in my brain right now to do that. So we're just gonna focus on the now, right? All right, let's take a look. Please look nice. Oh, I love this cake. Guys, look at this cake. Look at this cake. Are you kidding me right now? Look how awesome that looks. Ah, I love it. I love it when the cakes turn out like that. Oh, this is so great. I'm going to keep it right there. We need more of that. Can we have more of that, please? Do I have any more variegated yarn in here? Let's see. Oh, I do. Look at this. I have this on the Ripple blanket. This is Star Brights. So we're going to use that cake. Oh, yes. This is going to be a banging cake, guys. And look, I found another scrap cake. Where was this? I was looking for this. This is an older one, guys. I made this cake last year. I made this last year, and I still have it. Wow. All right. What else is in here? Oh, yes, and I have Pebble. Is this Pebble? I think this is Pebble. Yes, it's Pebble. I love that I'm knowing the colorways. So, yes, this is Pebble. We're going to put Pebble in. I like saying Pebble. Pebble, 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 Pebble. Pebble, Pebble, Pebble. All right, so we have that colorway. We have this colorway. Oh, I'm loving this. Okay, so I know I'm going to have to use this. I'm not excited about it, but I will. I will for the kids. It's not even for me. I am making a Boggy Creek blanket, so some of the children love the pink. I may not like it, but I know that some of them do. So for the children, let's start with the pink. My hands are burning. It's hailing outside right now. Let's see. All right, let's get this started. Let's do a slip situation. Let's go through the thing. Let's go through the eye. Let's go through the... What is this called again? The thing. We're going to go through the thing. All right, so here it goes. Okay. And then from here, I'm going to use this variegated yarn that has some pink in it. I'm going to put you over here. Let's jump into this one here. It's got a little bit of pink. I think it's like a country pink or dusty rose. I don't know what colorway that is of the pink, but it's got some of the pink shades of something in there. So we're going to go ahead and use that. And wait a minute. Okay. All right, let's do it. I do like the idea of back-to-back variegated yarn. There's something about it that makes these cakes look like candy or some part of like an art piece. I love it. All right. So I'm going to jump into, let me do some of this spring green. This is Red Heart Super Saver Spring Green. I have that right here. And yes, very excited about this. You know what's really nice about this? That I get to clean up this yarn, these piles of random skeins, and I can put them in these cakes. That for me is literally all the things. I love it. All right. From here, we're going to jump into Star Brights, which is this cake right here. So without moving it, I'm just literally going to slip knot this on here. And for those of you guys just tuning in, I slip knot my colors so that later on when I work my project, I have the time, the fortitude, the mental bandwidth to sit there and do the join correctly. And I may actually change the color sequence. I may not want the spring green next to Star Brights on the project that I'm working. So what I'll do is I'll ball up the colorway until I get to the next one and go back to it, you know? So, yeah. Oh, look at that. Super nice. More of this, please. Yes. So from here, okay, I'm going to do a thing. Holly Ivy. Don't know why. It's telling me it wants to go on the cake. It literally said that to me. You guys didn't hear it because it whispered. It said, put me on the cake. Put me on the cake. It really did say that. Okay, so there's that. Now, I think I saw Cherry suggest orange. I do have this. I feel like I have this too. Let's use this. DuPont acrylic, probably as old as I am. I love that. Let's go ahead and put some of this DuPont acrylic on here. It's a really nice shade of orange, right? So good. All right, let's see. Let's see if Holly Ivy likes the orange. Actually, it's called burnt orange. I love that even more. We love a good burnt orange. Or a burnt sienna, right? If we want to get technical with names, burnt sienna. Now, see, now it's going to be testy and unruly. And I'm going to have to recake this cake because we're about to have a yarn baby unexpectedly. I don't know who the parents are. All right, so let's move this out of the way. Let's put some more, actually, let's do some of this dusty color. I don't know, it's this one right here. I don't know. So we're going to put some of that on. I'm looking around because something tells me that I have more variegated yarn laying around somewhere and I'm not seeing it. Whoops, that just was a mess. Let's back the train up just a little bit. Okay. From here, we're going to hop over here and put this variegated yarn on. Oh, we have Pebble right there. I forgot about Mr. Pebbles. We're going to have to put Pebbles on. Maybe the next cake. I don't know. We'll see. So that's the last of that. Very nice. And let's get rid of this mustard. Let's do something with this. So I'm going to tie on the mustard. I'm going to have to recake this, by the way, because the tension's all cattywampus. I'm looking at this in here, and that's just a hot mess in there. So once this is done, I'll recake the cake. It should literally take me like not even a whole minute. So I'm going to clear this out. Let's see. I'm going to clear this out, and then I'm going to put this on. Actually, you know what? No. Artist print. I think artist print looks really nice next to mustard for some unknown reason. It makes no sense, but then it makes all the sense. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think that looks nice together. In a weird way, you know? It's fine. It's fine. It's not for the house, but I think the kids will like... It's going to be one of those things where the kids go like this. I love it. What colors are in that blanket? All the colors. That's it. That's the things. So good. All right. So from here, I want to put on some of this watermelon. If I could figure out. Okay. Just keep it neat, Juan. Organized chaos is what we're calling it, right? Organized chaos. Yes, I'm making a blanket with this yarn, and I need 8 cakes to do the blanket. I'm running 2 cakes together at the same time. So really, it's like 4 cakes, right? Because if I'm running them together as a pair, and if one cake gives me about 300 to 350 yards, a normal boggy blanket will run you about 1,200 yards. So I need 8 complete cakes in order to do a full boggy blanket running 2 yarns together, if that makes any sense. Okay, from here, I think what I'm going to do is bookend the pink. Maybe. Actually, no, I want to put some more of this on. I'll do this variegated yarn, and then I will do that red heart light pink. Is that light pink? What is this called? Just pink. It's not light pink. It's not all the things pink. Yeah, because I think did we start with pink in there? I think we started with pink, so maybe we could end with pink. All right. And then I'm going to bookend the pink and do that. Wow, that's very, very pink. Wow. That's very pink, Juan. That is extreme. Now see. All right, let's do it. I got to recake the cake. The inside of this cake is a hot mess. It looks like a goulash soup in there. So let's go ahead and pop this out. All right, I'm not even going to look at it yet because it may tempt me to keep it. And I already know all in here is a mess. So I'm just going to recake this and get the tension correct so that it looks like an actual cake that I made. So let's do that. And let's make this cake again. Almost. We almost made it without a full, like, knot situation. I was flying though, wasn't I? We were doing the things. What happened here? Let's see. All right. No. Nope. It said, no, Juan. You need to fix us. You can't Band-Aid this. You can't just do that to us. There's no putting baby in the corner. All right. Let's do that. All right. Yes? Okay. Wow. This cake has been an adventure, this cake. We will get through it. What is this, cake number 3? Yes. Love that for us. This pink just does not want to go on, and I don't blame it. I knew it needed to be reworked, so it's fine. Come on, come on. Do, 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 do. Come on. All right, so let's just take this off, and I will... I'm going to tuck it and flip it and turn it and reverse it. All right, tighten that up. Let's pop this off. Let's slide this off, and let's do this. Patty cake, baker's man. Oh, that's so nice. Even with the pink, it's nice. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? So awesome sauce. I'm going to put it right here for you guys to see. Hopefully it's not too much of a distraction. You can see this part, it's fine. All right. So, I need coffee. I gotta remember Pebbles back here wanting attention, you know? Gotta give Pebbles some attention. Let me bring you over here. So I have a bunch of variegated yarn, right? Let me move this out of the way so you can see what I'm talking about. So, a table filled with variegated yarn, and all the solids are off the table. I knew that was going to happen. Thank you so much for gifting a membership, Andrew. And who got it? Oh, Scylla got it. Nice. Congrats, Scylla, if you're in the chat. If not, and you're the replay warrior, congratulations for the gifted membership from Andrew. So awesome. Thank you. Ooh. Hi, Gail. Welcome in. I got to tell you, there's a bunch of you guys from South Africa that tune into my channel, and I can't be more grateful. You guys tell me all the time that you're here from South Africa, and I really do appreciate it. It makes me want to take a trip down there to go yarn shopping and to do all the yarny things. It's probably one of those bucket list trips because you guys are so far away. However, I love that, you know? Thank you so much, Gail, and a huge hello to everyone in here. How many of you guys are in here? Nice. We have a nice group of people in here tonight. And hello to, let me see. Hello, Rainbow Creations. Actually, I should just maybe call you Denise, but we have several Denises in here. Several. Hello, Wild Country Crochet. Thank you so much for making my vertical live. I appreciate it. Hello, Juan. Thank you for making my live. I appreciate it, as always. Decaf is a bad word. Yes, we need all the caffeine. We need all the things. So, so good. And thank you, Jill, for mentioning that. I appreciate it. I do have memberships on my channel. You're not required. You know, these videos that I do on my channel are absolutely free, but I do have memberships. 2 tiers and all the things. Feel free to check out all of that. All right, so we just used the last of the olive. And I think we're going to put Mr. Pebbles on. This is such a great colorway with the olive. It's really great. Let's see. Make it to farm. Hello from Northern California. Nice. Welcome in. I do have to tell you guys, right? So I always say I'm from nowhere, Delaware, just because Delaware is so small. You know what I mean? We only have 3 counties. The state that I'm from, which is Pennsylvania, well, not we, because yeah, I don't live there anymore, but 67 counties up there in Pennsylvania. And down here, we only have 3. So Delaware is so small that you drive right through it. You don't even realize you drove through it. And you're already out of Delaware, you know? So I call it nowhere, Delaware. Delawen? Delawho? Delaware? Oh, so good. All right, let's do some of this hunter green. I haven't used this in a hot minute. Let's put some hunter green on the things, you know? Yes, Newcastle, Kent, and Sussex. Yes, only 3 counties, unfortunately. And to drive through Delaware from tip to bottom is just over 2 hours. But to go from side to side at its thinnest point, like 10 minutes. You can literally drive from New Jersey to Maryland at its very thinnest point in like 10 minutes. And at its widest point, like 30 minutes. Which I believe is in the bottom county. Ugh. Did I just make a mess out? I'm not sure. You know, a color that's been staring at me that I did not put on here yet is this yellow yarn. This is Mainstays yarn. It's a flat. And I said, you know, I'm not going to cake that up because I'm going to cake it up when I do these cakes for the challenge. So, yeah, sometimes I'll bring some solid flats into coffee and cake with Juan because I don't like my flats like that. Even if I fold them in half, I don't even like them like that, you know? To me, mentally, it's better to have them in cakes. Even if they're like different size cakes, I just like them caked up. That's just a me thing, you know? Hello, Sinaida. Welcome in. Oh, yes, Cecile is in here. Hello. North Island, New Zealand. That's super, super nice, Kathy. Welcome in. I love that you guys tune in from so far away. And the funny thing about it is that when I watch channels while I crochet, I literally look for channels that are in those countries. Like in Australia, Crochet with Claire, I watch her all the time. And there's, I mean, literally channels from different countries that I watch all the time. I watch a lot of channels in Brazil, believe it or not. There's lots of crocheters down there that I watch. Super fun. You know, I mean, the fibers that they work with obviously are different because the weather is different down there. But I really like listening in and seeing how, you know, they work with their yarn and all the things. So, yeah, love it. Hello, the watch guy. Welcome in. Thank you for making my vertical. All right, I'm going to do back-to-back variegated yarn, guys. We're going from artist print, which is on here, artist print, to Starbright. So good. All right, so there is that. Took a second, several seconds actually. And from here, I want to do spring green. It's funny that I have the solids away from me and I have the variegated close to me. For those of you guys that don't know, I absolutely love variegated yarn. You want to know why? Because it's so challenging to work with. Not everyone understands the kinds of projects that could be worked up with variegated yarn. Most people, in fact, will literally buy variegated yarn and just put it on a project. But there's a lot of thought that could go into variegated yarn. Like, for instance, you have to think about the distance between the color changes and how much yarn a stitch is going to take. So if you want a whole stitch to be one color, think about how much of that yarn is going to be needed for that particular stitch. And sometimes the spaces of color will ultimately determine the stitch if you want solid color stitches within variegated yarn, if that makes any sense. So I like thinking like that. I love the challenges that the yarn provides me because I can crochet with solid colors until the cows come home. But I love looking at this yarn and being like, okay, well, I only have less than a couple of inches per color change. So I can't use this yarn if I want solid stitches, you know? But if I go with a yarn like this, where there's a stretch of color, I'm like, wait a minute, I have a long piece, I have a short piece. I have a long piece and I have a short piece. Well, now I have choices. I have options. And when I use these yarns, those are the kinds of things that I think about. So, yeah. That's just one of many reasons why I love variegated yarn. I love the challenge that the yarn provides me. So now we have spring green. And mind you, most of the yarn that I'm working with here is just as old as I am, which is also amazing. So, these knots, my goodness gracious. If it's not one thing, it's always something else. So, so good. Are we whacking trolls? I love that for us. So, so good. Hi, Laureen. Welcome in. Hi, Maria Kay. Welcome in. Excuse me. Let me put some gray on. We haven't had any gray on in a minute. Let's do some gray. And then I'll do some Mr. Pebbles. This is Mr. Pebbles right here. Juan, you are not that old? Okay, well, in my brain, 46 is not young either, you know? Hello, Brenda from Brenda's Knots and Loops. Oh my goodness, it's been a month of Sundays. How are you? My goodness gracious. Guys, Brenda from Brenda's Knots and Loops is in here. Huge hugs to you, dear. I hope you're well. So, so good. So glad that you are in here keeping us company. Hanging in there? Well, you're in my thoughts. You're in my prayers. I offer you huge hugs and all the things. For sure. All right. So, your oldest daughter is 44. You're not old. Well, thank you for the reassurance. I do feel better when I hear that, because there are moments where I feel like I am approaching the hill, right? People are talking about the early 2000s being vintage. I remember those times like they were just yesterday. To me, that wasn't a long time ago. And people are calling that old school. They're calling it vintage. They're calling it like all the old things. And I'm like, I'm not ready to accept that just yet. Like, no. If you want to do that to the 90s, fine. But not the early 2000s, guys. I mean, seriously. No, not yet. I'm not ready to accept that. Oh. And you know what? It's not going to get any better. I know this. Soon, the 2010s will be considered vintage, right? And then it just keeps... I don't even want to get... I don't even want to think about it. Can you imagine, guys? One day, someone is going to say, you remember back in 2025? And then talk about it like it's vintage. You remember that yarn channel, Juan the Yarn Addict? He made those vintage scrap cakes with that antique yarn. Yeah, that could potentially be like a real thing. This is no longer vintage. It's going to be considered antique. Oh, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that. Antique yarn, right? The antique ball winder with the antique hooks. Yes. They didn't even have technology. They had to manually turn the ball winder to do that. They had to cut the yarn and tie the yarn to other yarns. What a shame. What life they had to live. My goodness gracious. So glad we're not living in those times, right? I'm 46, Victoria. I wish I was 26 again, to be honest with you. But that's okay. I don't feel 46. I think that's part of the problem. I don't feel 46. I feel... How old do I feel? I feel like 32, maybe 31. I feel like early 30s. That's how I feel. I do not feel like mid 40s. Ugh, what a mess. I know what this sounds like. I'm so sorry, guys, but it's real, you know? I really do feel like this, and I'm just sharing with you my thoughts. 46 is the new 30. I love that for us, Kim. For you, for me, and for us. I love that. Yes, let's keep that going. You're vintage now, LOL. I love that, Debbie. So good. Oh, this is so nice. You know what? I'm not going to put a solid on the outside. I'm actually going to put artist print. Yeah, we're going to do artist print on the outside. And you know what I want to do for the next cake? I want to do a variegated cake of all the different colors. I want to do that. I don't know why I want to do that, but I do want to do that. I want to do all vintage yarn, all variegated. I can't get the word vintage out of my head. You wish you were 46, you're 70? Listen, in our day and age, to be able to say that you're in your 70s is a huge blessing. And, you know, I don't know if, I can't really predict the future for me, but I can only imagine in our day and age, the likelihood of many people being able to say, oh yeah, I'm 70 or I'm 86, you know? It's going to be very different in 20 to 30 years time. Who knows what it's going to be like, you know? So when people tell me that they're that age, all I can say is, thank goodness you made it to that age, you know? So, yes, I love hearing that. And the fact that my mom is 81 years old, you know, she's very fortunate to have made it that long, you know, in our day and age. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and put this around. Oh, this is super nice. I think this might not be my favorite, but it's going to be up there. Let's see. I have a feeling this is going to be a nice cake. Oh, look at that. That's a nice cake, guys. I'm loving it. I'm going to set it right there. Hopefully it doesn't fall over. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not counting those. We have 4 cakes. Love it. All right, this next cake I want to make is going to be all variegated yarn. I'm going to use this yarn here and see how much of this I can get on this. And it's low maintenance, right? What I have is right here. And I'm going to dance around the table. Do I have any other? I want to make sure I have all of the variegated yarn. Let me see. Let me look. Yes, this is all the variegated yarn that I have here right now. Now I have others over there. So after this, I may need to take a field trip over to a bin that's on the other side of the room, and I'll grab some more vintage cakes. I mean, variegated. I can't separate the two words. I don't understand why. Yes, you're correct, Nancy. So I'm reading her comment. She says, Juan, I just turned 79. I have 2 daughters that are in their 50s. I never thought I would live past 22 because I thought that age was so old. How times change. I'm right with you. I mean, yeah, I'm right there with you. You just never know. So I am fortunate that I've made it to 46, but you just don't know. And my mom at 81 is the oldest living person in my family. Before her, it was my grandmother. She passed away at 76. No one in my family has lived this long. So, you know, my mom knows how fortunate she is, but I don't know if anyone else is going to match her or beat her. So, yeah, I think it's great. Let's do it. All variegated yarn. I'm going to dance around the table and put bits and bobs of all the colors and just no rhyme, no reason. And let's see if we can finish up these cakes. We'll see. Okay. Let's come over here. I'm going to try and not repeat colors back to back. We're going to use them all more than once, but okay. Star Brights. Let's do this. Do, 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 do. Whoopsie. That went kind of crazy right there. Okay. And then we're going to jump over here to Artist Print. What happened here? Okay. Something went cattywampus on me. Okay. There we go. There we go. Super, super nice. Okay. Let's jump over here to Pebble. I'm using this as our light color, our white or our cream. There we go. It just brightens it right up. You know what I mean? Hi, Patsy. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I mentioned this in the beginning, guys. I usually keep a very tight schedule. Like, my lives are normally an hour. But I did put it out there at the very beginning, and I will tell you guys that this one here, obviously, if you're not already noticing it, this is going to be an extended one. So I'm not keeping time. So feel free to bounce out whenever and if ever you need to. Just catch the replay if you'd like. But I'm literally on, hanging out, doing the thing. So if you're here, you're here. If not, that's perfectly okay. No feelings hurt, no harm, no foul. All right? I just want to let you guys know so that none of you guys are asking like, hey, Juan, you're still on. What's going on? Because I normally don't stay on so long. but today I want to. So, yeah. I love this, the way that it's pulling. Love it. Lisa, my mom is fine. Thank you for asking. All right, so let's do this. All right, so where are we going with this? Let me finish up Holly Ivy. I'm gonna have to recake this cake, unfortunately, because the tension just went cattywampus again. Which it's fine, it doesn't take me long anyway. What happened? Okay. I'm like, what happened? All right, so let me unwind some of this. Get this back on here. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to tie this lighter color back on just for contrast. Let's just do that. I love this colorway. This pebble colorway. This is one of those colorways that I wish they did not get rid of. I love how it works up. I did use this colorway in my Ripple blanket. It's one of the top colors. I just love that neutral beigey cream color. Super, super nice. And Kim W, I agree with you 1000%. There's some amazing colorways that they should have never gotten rid of. And Star Brights, the color I'm about to put on here, is one of them. For sure, 1000%. This one right here in the front, they should have never got rid of that colorway. They came out with a slightly different version of this. This is the vintage version of this, of kind of like what they have out already. But yeah, it's very, very nice. I love how it pulls on the cake. Am I wrapping up this cake with this colorway? No. I need to switch over to Artist Print one more time. And with me recaking these older yarns, lots of fiber gets blown up into the air, so I may get a little stuffy. Just letting you guys know that. In case you're wondering if I sound nasally all of a sudden, it's literally the fibers in the room going in my nose. And that's another reason why my coffee is in a tumbler and not in a mug. I think I like this cake a lot. All right, it might be my favorite cake, we'll see. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this out. Let's flip it, turn it, and reverse it. So I create the belt, and then I tuck under that belt, and then I pull nice and tight, and it holds it there. So I'm gonna pull this off. I'm not even gonna look. I'm not gonna look at the cake. I'm gonna recake it first so it's right, and then I will look at it. I love the excitement. So if I kind of know what it looks like and it's not right, then I'm like, I already know what it looks like, so I'm not gonna look again. All right, so let's get this situated. Give me 1 second. Okay. Get this right. Yes. Perfect. All right, now I just have to concentrate because I don't want to make a mess. I knew that was going to happen. Try not to let the knots. I was trying to not let that happen. Here we go. think I have to go a little slower here. It's going to get really knotty if I go too fast. Take your time, Juan. Nice and slow, easy does it. It's always the end. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I got quiet. I just needed to concentrate. Because if I just... Yeah. Apparently, I can't walk and chew gum at the same time when it comes to caking yarn. All right. Let's see. Hopefully it doesn't... For some reason, the cake seems bigger now. It's fine. Come on. We can do it. Do, 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 do. I have fibers all over my shirt. That's okay. It's fine. I love that for us. Okay. Okay, now I can chat again. I'm excited to see what this cake looks like. Let me pop this off. Let's do this. Okay, I have a feeling this might be my favorite cake. Let's see. Oh, that's so nice. What? Look at that. I love this cake. This cake and this purple cake. Where am I going to put this? Yes. Yep. I love it. Brother and sister. So, so good. Yes. Can you imagine a hat with cakes on the side like this? The cake hat. All right, so we're going to do that. And let's see. Do I have any cakes in the bins? Let me see. I'm looking for cakes in the bins. If not, I'm going to have to pull from flats. Yeah, I even have this. I mean, if you know, you know. This is part of what we do here. The good, the bad, and everything in between, right? Oh, my goodness gracious. Love this for me. All right, so I'm going to start with the pink just because it's staring at me. It's like, can you do something with me, please? So, yeah, we're going to do something with my least favorite shade of pink. All right, let's do it. I forget how many we have at this point, but that's fine. Do we have scissors? Yes. Yes, we do. All right, so there's that. And from here, we're going to go to Star Brights. How many cakes did we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're at cake number 5. Do, 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 do. Whoopsie. Hold on. Okay. Sorry. Hi, I'm new to this. How do you knit or crochet with the knots that are there from the joins? So what I do is, as I'm working the cake, I will undo the knot and then do the knot correctly. Sometimes I do the Russian join. Actually, not sometimes. Very rarely. Depending on what it is, I'll do that one. Sometimes I'll do the magic knot, and then sometimes I'll do your standard knot. I'll just knot it up, and then I'll sew in the tails, like within the work. So, yeah. But I do the slip knot. 1, it saves me time here, and 2, I may not like the color sequence. So this allows me the opportunity to take that particular colorway in the cake, ball it up, sit it to the side, use the next colorway, and then maybe go back to that color later on in the cake. So it just gives us options, you know? Because when you tie it in a knot, it kind of cements the idea that you're supposed to use the colors in that sequence. And I may not be the person that actually gets these cakes, because if you've been around, you know I have been known to put these in my Etsy store, you know, for you guys. And I've also been known to gift these. So yeah, whoever gets them, if it's not me, may not like the color sequence I chose. So to save yarn and time and energy, I just do a slip knot. It saves everybody time. More time for crochet and knit. Yes. Oop. I got excited. Hold on. Okay. So let's go ahead. I don't know what happened here. I have a slip knot and then an actual knot. Let's just do that. And let's put Mr. Pebbles on. This is Mr. Pebbles. The colorway is Red Heart Super Saver in Pebble. I call it Mr. Pebbles. I really like this colorway a lot. They should have never discontinued this. It has like browns, not browns. It's like tans and taupes and creams. Tan taupe cream. They should have never discontinued that, because they came out with another colorway similar to that in a multi, but a larger skein, you know? I actually have it in the other room. I almost missed that. I think I didn't get a chance to read it all. Yeah. So there is that. Let me go ahead and do this. Okay. That's a lot of pebble, but that's okay. I'm going to put some spring green on next. You need to sew in ends. Yeah, I actually say I'm fortunate. I know I'm very fortunate. I know I'm blessed in all the things. I actually have friends that volunteer to sew in my ends. And I know that's not normal. That's not the case every time. But when I have a project requiring lots of ends, yeah, they're like, Juan, I got you. You can focus on designing and doing tutorials for the channel. I'll sew in your ends. You know, it's not normal, I know. And maybe I should spend more time sewing in my ends. And sometimes I do sew in my ends. I don't sew them all in, though. Can you send them to Long Island? Yes. Listen, I will send my ends to anyone willing to do them. Again, I'm very fortunate that there are people that are willing to help me out in that way. I feel like there will come a time and a day where people, the well will run itself dry, and I'll be stuck there having to sew in my ends. And then I'm going to have to be like, you know what, Juan? You should have had some practice. You should have said, you know what? Maybe this time I'll sew in my own ends so I can become really good, efficient, and fast at it. All right, Gail, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you. So yeah, it's fine. I don't mind it at all, actually. So, anywho. So, what colorway is next? I haven't done yellow in a while. Let's put some yellow on. Because why not? And I got to tell you something, guys. I mentioned this many, many times, and a lot of you guys know this. This Mainstays yarn from Walmart is nothing to, like, not write home about. It's actually really good yarn for the price. Really good yarn. You get almost 400 yards for $3.22. And it's not bad yarn. It's actually a decent 4. I like this yarn. I'm only mad at the fact that they don't have enough colorways. They're never going to have enough colorways of this good yarn. I will tell you that if they came out with like 25 to 30 different colorways, how many more people would be talking about this yarn? I think all the folks would be talking about this yarn. Yes, it's soft. It's softer than Red Heart. Yeah, it's softer than Red Heart Super Saver. Yep. You usually get your mom to sew on your ends? I love it. It's so good. I love it. And you know, I look at it like this. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? And I don't know if I have the mental bandwidth to mess with this right now. This is just, yeah. I may have to send this to Ruth. That's just one big knot. All right, I'm moving on to gray. I have people that are willing to do that. Ruth, if you're out there, I'm just saying. Anyway, okay, so I see someone mentioning they have 3 whips. I honestly have not taken a recent count on my whips. I can't tell you how many I have. At one time I had over 25. I know that for sure. Now I think I'm under 10. I'm under 10 for sure. Okay, so that's enough of that. I think, is this all the variegated I have left? How unfortunate is that? Oh well. I'm looking at some in the bin, some really good colorways too. And tucking. Danny, I thought that said something else. I had to squint and look close. I'm like, what? What did Danny just say? Oh, thank goodness I looked close. All right, so let's just go ahead and move on to this colorway right here. Too many to count. Absolutely. You saw that too, Kim? I was clutching pearls over here. I'm like, but yeah, anyhow. I really like this this is a vintage solid yarn here. You have about 12 whips in the works. I love that. Now see, there are some whips that I don't count as whips. I have some things that are in timeout, like on the back burner, and I'm not counting those. I have some that are sitting in bins waiting for me to touch them. I count those. If I haven't touched it in more than 2 weeks, it's on the back burner. You know? You have about 12. Okay, so you have about 4, Angela. You're on a tablet using voice. Okay. It does that to me too. When I'm on my phone and I use voice to text. I do that a lot when I'm driving because I don't like to text and drive. So I'll hit the microphone button and then I'll just talk and then tell it to send. Greetings from Italy. I'll watch the live broadcast later. Good luck, everyone. Hello, Kimiko from Italy. Thank you so much for tuning in. So good. I love these international viewers, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. I feel like I need to go grab some more vintage or some more variegated yarn. I'm going to go quick field trip right here. Give me like 30 seconds, not even. I'll be right back, okay? 1 second. I'm still here. I can hear you. I can hear you. I see you. Well, that's a great colorway for a cake. And then, yes, I have that. Love this. I'm digging through the bin, guys. Okay, so I have that. I have some watercolor. I have some of that. Hold on. Okay. I think this is more than enough. So I found a solid. Actually, these 2 cakes are exactly the same. So I will definitely be using that. I have that. And you know what? I completely forgot about this skein that was sitting down here from earlier. Isn't this crazy? That could have totally been, actually, that's going to go on next. And this is actually, what is this called? Karen's Simply Soft. No, that doesn't go with this. This is all 4-weight acrylic, by the way. I don't like mixing weights of yarns with my scrap cakes. All 4-weight yarns, for sure. Love that. So that is what we are going to do. Go to this one. Oh, we lost the red. Okay, is this going to be an issue? Let's see. Yeah, this yarn is super duper old, but that's okay. Just got to take my time with it. Okay, I think that's enough. I'm going to space this out. I can't forget about it either. All right, so are we going to work with this or what? Let's see. Okay. I love being able to go through these yarns. Super, super nice. Why so many whips? I had 2 because they were orders and they couldn't wait to finish because they don't like... I feel the same way, Victoria, but like for me, I mean, I'm a yarn channel, so I have to keep things interesting. I don't think people will want to tune in to watch me work on the same exact thing every single day. So for me, I need to have a lot of different things going on, but I could imagine like why some of you guys as viewers, you know, would say, you know what, I only need a couple of these whips. I don't need to have 15 to 20 whips, you know? That makes sense. It does. And then there's some people out there that just love having whipitis. They just love starting projects because they have these amazing ideas that they just want to get to a hook or to needles. And I think that's amazing. I love it. Creativity has no boundaries, especially when it comes to whips. I don't think there is a such thing as, you know, having too many. It's only too many if you think it's too many, right? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, we have backlog with the cakes. Thank you so much for your kind words. Whipitis, yes, whipitis. Have you guys ever heard of that? Listen, I didn't know that was even a thing. I'm gonna go here. This colorway right here, actually, I should not use this because I have not used this yet. I'm going to set that there. I have used this. This is called watercolor. Very pretty. I have a few cakes of this, so I feel comfortable putting this into my scrap cakes. So very excited about this. And I got to tell you guys, I'm very excited to get this all on the hook. Yes, I have to have this project done by Tuesday. Like from cakes to the actual blanket and finished by Tuesday. Which, that's not a problem. I'm going to use a very fat hook. See? I'm going to use a huge hook. I'm going to use this. What size is this? A 25 millimeter US letter X. Okay? I need to make a 40-inch by 40-inch blanket. And I got to run 2 of these cakes together at the same time. So, yeah. I'll probably start this after the live. I'll have it done in a few days. But I should get to 40 inches fairly quickly with a very fat hook. I'm not worried at all. That's so good. Fat hook, fat stitches, all the things. All the things. Oh, it's so good, guys. I have a letter X hook, X. And then there's Y, there's Z, all the things. Yeah. Or if I really want to be done by like tomorrow, I'll just go outside and grab a branch off the tree and, you know, carve a little hook out of it. And we'll have like, I don't know, a triple P hook. You know, 100 millimeters. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I do have other sizes. I think the 25 millimeter is my thickest hook, but I know the biggest hook that I've seen was a 50 millimeter hook. 50 millimeters. Yeah, it's actually a thing. And I believe Lion Brand sells it. Yep, you can get a 50 millimeter hook. I don't know what people would use it for. Yes, I have letter X. Do you guys want to see it again? I'll show it to you. It's a letter X. This is a Susan Bates. Susan Bates. I would imagine like rugs. If you're making like a thick rug, to me, this is like a rug hook, you know, nothing for a blanket unless you're in a hurry. If you're in on a time crunch and you got to put out 40 inches by 40 inches, grab several skeins of yarn, run those puppies together, make a nice thick strand of yarn, and just do all of your things. A dog bed, yes, Donna, yes. This here, I don't think is discontinued. I may be wrong in this. Doesn't this remind you of papaya? I think it's like a papaya print. Red Heart Super Saver in papaya. I think they still make this within like the color pulling. I'm not mad at it. It's going on here, whether it likes it or not. I can't use it for any other, you know, I can't use it. So my interest lies within the vintage, variegated, discontinued colorways. These current ones, I can go to Walmart and buy them anytime. It's of no consequence or interest. It's whatever. But I think I'm going to coat the cake in this papaya to just really make it pop. You can't wait to see me work on the blanket with that big hook. Honestly, I don't know if I have the fortitude to do it. I mean, you know, sometimes they talk a really good game with these big hooks. Yeah, I love bigger hooks, but not that big. Not that big. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this puppy off the caker and see what it looks like. I have an idea that it's going to look really nice. So let's see. It feels heavy too. Well, that's nice. It's different, but it's nice. Lots of different colors there. You could tell Mr. Pebble has all the things in there. All right, Laura, thank you so much for popping in here. I appreciate you. Have a great night. So I'm going to keep that one right there. It's very nice. And, you know, with me running two of these cakes together at the same time, I'm very interested to see how the colors work together. Two different cakes on the same hook in the same project. And if you're wondering what size hook I'm going to be using for this, I mean, obviously I'm not using the X, but I'm going to be using an 8 or a 9mm hook, probably an 8mm hook, US letter L. That's my size when I run 2 4-weights together. Yeah, the cake turned out really nice. I got to use some of this up. It's just sitting here staring at me. And I forgot about you. Out of sight, out of mind, right? I got to put you over here. And then I have this colorway here that was gifted to me. And I have no idea the colorway name. It's fine. I'm still using it. Everything's falling off the table, but it's fine. All right. I'm going to lay that there, the flat. I'm going to grab this cake. I have a few things. Let's see. It just goes to show how far these yarns can actually go when you cake them up. Do you have your coffee, Juan? Please tell me you're not working tomorrow. No, I'm not working tomorrow. This, for me, it's not a school night. Nope. Unless you're talking, you know, work for the channel, which in that case, it is a work night. I put out content 7 days a week for the channel. So every night's a school night. Let's see. And by the way, guys, if you're not aware of this, for me, I mean, yes, this is like a hobby or whatever, but it's actually a job for me. And actually, I love this job. I love it. It's so much fun. So when I say that I'm doing content 7 days a week, I don't say it like it's a chore. I say it like I really enjoy it. And I wake up in the morning and I'm so excited to just put to mind, like, what am I going to do today with crochet or with the fiber arts? Like, what am I going to put on the needles? What am I going to cake up? What am I going to design? You know, what stitch tutorials am I going to put out this week? So I absolutely love this whole thing. Yes, I'm very fortunate. This job does love me back, Victoria. You know, I've had some really, really crappy jobs in my past, but this is the this is one of the jobs that I really enjoy doing. You know, this one and then the day job that I'm currently at that I've been at for 20 years. Really enjoy those jobs. Well, thank you so much, Cecilia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so let's cut this off. Let's get some spring green on here. I really need to use this up. This is becoming an eyesore. I feel like it's going to get knotted up if I don't, you know, take care of this soon. Yes, good to go to work with joy, right. And you know what makes this job the best job ever? Is the fact that every now and then, it's not all the time, but every now and then I get these messages out of the blue via direct message, email, in the chat, and people will be like, hey, Juan, I had so many problems with this particular stitch. You showed me how to do this, and because of you, I know how to do it now. I get a lot of that with the corner to corner. So I have that tutorial that's out there, and I said it before and I'll tell you again. That one tutorial, I really want to take down and like make it disappear, but it's the one tutorial that a lot of people love. And I get a lot of people telling me, hey, Juan, I've always had a problem with corner to corner, but after watching your video, I know how to do it. And thank you so much. It's that. That's what makes this job the best job ever, when I feel like I'm helping people. So yeah, that and the interaction. I don't know if you noticed this, but I do like interacting with the public. So yeah, it's the best part of the job. The more people, the more comfortable I get. I don't know why that is, but I do. Did we hit 77K? I didn't even check the numbers. Wow, that's amazing, guys. Should I just put the rest of this green on? That's a lot of green. We're at 77.6. What? What is even happening right now? I'm just gonna put the rest of the screen on. Wow. Hi, Cheryl, welcome in. Thank you for being here. What is even happening? That's insane. I'm gonna put you right there. If you guys haven't noticed, I stopped looking at the numbers because I feel like as long as I keep grinding, I keep putting out tutorials, I keep showing up, I keep doing me, whatever happens will eventually happen, you know? I'm so thankful that I have my platform and good things are happening and all the things. 77.7. Did it change automatically while we're sitting here talking? That's crazy. I love it. It's so good. I love it for you, I love it for me, and I love it for us. That's my goal. Cole hit the nail right on the head, guys. The reason why I'm grinding so much is because I have a personal goal to get my silver play by New Year's Eve. So I'm going to work as hard as I can. I'm putting out tutorials multiple times a week. Last week, I think I put out like several stitch tutorials, among other things. And, you know, I'm doing yarn reviews. I'm literally doing everything I can to engage the audience, to get them to like check me out and subscribe and all the things. So, and another thing that I'm doing, I can share this with you guys now that I've told my members. I have actually been going out in person. Like, I live in Nowhere, Delaware. If you know geography, you know that like Delaware sits in the middle of several states, right? So New Jersey's a few minutes away, PA is a few minutes away, Maryland is a few minutes away. So if and when, like whenever I get the chance, I actually drive to these local yarn stores and I go to their crochet sessions and their knitting classes, and I introduce myself and I say, hey guys, I'm Juan the Yarn Addict. I'm on YouTube and I'm looking to teach you guys everything I know about crochet. If you're looking for a crochet buddy, you know, check me out. And I help them. Like, I show them where to find me on YouTube. I show them my other platforms. So I'm engaging physically, like in person, with local yarn stores, and I'm putting my name out there. And I think that's the best way to really grow your channel organically. Get yourself out of the chair, go touch grass, go get in your car and drive to the stores and introduce yourself and tell them who you are. So yeah, I'm fortunate that I'm able to do that. And I live in an area where like there's a lot of yarn stores or a lot of LYSs between all the states. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. So yeah, I thought I'd share that with you. Juan, I've been a subscriber to your channel when you first started. I love that you are so well. Thank you, Tina. I really do appreciate that. More than you probably know. At our crochet class, I have the participants write down Juan the Yarn Addict on their instruction sheets and tell them to watch your channel, Stitch Academy, especially with the lefties. Thank you so much. That's another thing on my channel. Like, the algorithm is really funny. So like, according to them, you're only as good as your last video. So when I put my left tutorials out there, it does not do nearly as well as anything else, and it brings me down in the algorithm. I know that, but for me, it doesn't matter. I don't care about that algorithm. I only care about putting the stuff out there for the people who need it. There aren't that many lefties in comparison to the righties, but I'm a lefty. And the one thing that bothered me the most about crochet channels on YouTube when I came on was there wasn't enough left-handed tutorials out there. There were only a few channels doing them at the time, and I was very frustrated about it. And I said, you know, when I do my tutorials, I'm gonna make sure that every single one of mine has a left and right, even if the algorithm pushes me down, you know? And so that's why I don't get a lot of views on my tutorials, because I do a left, and the left one swats down the right, so it's fine. Doesn't matter. It's out there for the people who need it, and that's what matters. So yeah, thank you so much. I really do appreciate your kind words. It means a lot. It really does. And you know, the fact is, there are tons, and when I say tons, I mean tons, of crochet channels out there, internationally, locally, all the things. There's crochet everywhere on YouTube. And all I can say is, as a person who has watched international channels in crochet and local channels in crochet, I'm very fortunate that I have people who watch me. And I mean, I can't even begin to tell you some of these channels that I log into. Like, there's this one channel in Brazil. She does tutorials, she does yarn reviews, she does everything down there in Brazil. And each one of her videos gets around 10,000 views. She does not put out left-handed tutorials. Everything is on the right. So I messaged her and I said, hey, I'm Juan the Yarn Addict. I have a yarn channel myself. I have a question. You do tutorials, but none of them are for left-handed tutorials. Do you have any in left? And she said, no, and I won't either. And I said, well, why? And she said, because you're only as good as your last video. If your video tanks, the next video you put out will also tank. And, you know, it's very, very hard to climb back up that algorithm. And I said, but shouldn't it matter as a tutorialist that you're inclusive and that you allow everyone to have access to what you're trying to put out there instead of just one? And her response was, if they want to know it bad enough, they'll figure it out. And I said, well, that's definitely not the channel that I want to be. And she said, well, you know, to each their own. And I said, okay. All right then. You know, it is what it is. Everyone has their thing. So all I know is that's not me. And I don't care if the video tanks. I'm still going to do what I'm doing, and that's it. So anyway, back to the variegated yarn. Hey Kim, what tutorial are people asking for? I'm sorry, I'm missing the chat. I'm gabbing at the gums. Let's see. Are you going on the Northeast Ohio local yarn shop tour? Danny, I was not even made aware of that. The guiding points of light. Are people still asking for this shawl? You know what? I should take this away. I should move this out of the screen and put the other one in the things. I should bring this one and all that. Should I flip it? Should I put the shawl that's actually done? Yes, let me move it. Hold on. Hold on. Let's just move this one out of the way. Okay, and let's put this one right here. Okay, you guys can look at that one. The tutorial is out, the pattern is out. All right, the guiding points of light, it's just a written pattern. And you can find that on my Ravelry if you're interested. Yep. It actually looks better too. There we go. Actually, wait a second. Let's do that, and whoops. Turn this around. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. And then now I'm going to do some of this. I forget what I was talking about, but it's fine. I have to decide what pattern I'm using for this. Actually, I pulled the wrong string. Hold on. I hate when I do that. Let's see. Come on, Juan. Figure out the things. All right, so this is the outside of the skein. Where's the inside? I thought we had it. There it is. All right. So I'm going to tie this and put this on, and then I'll go to the cakes over there. So let's see. The Easy Breezy shawl. Yes, thank you. And we also have one for Timeless Reflections too. I'm kind of covering it. That was a really nice tutorial. Got a decent amount of views on it. Almost 20,000 views. Timeless Reflections. Caron Colorama Halo in the colorway Sea and Sky. This one right here. We've got the written pattern, and also we have the tutorials. Why can't I talk? It's fine. Maybe I just need another sip of coffee. Just another sip of coffee. That's all. All right, let's get this going. Oh, and by the way, guys, I'm also on TikTok. I do TikTok lives just about as much as I do Facebook lives. Not Facebook, YouTube. So I'm on over there a lot as well, except I'm allowed to play my music over there. Over here, we've got to be quiet. YouTube doesn't allow us to use our own music. So if you're ever interested, I'm Juan the Yarn Addict over there. Feel free to follow me, and you'll get notified when I go live. And when I do, we have a good time. Let's do this. Let's see here. I'm going to put spring green back on here. So good. Yes. Thank you for answering that question, Kim. People are asking, like, what are my thought process? There's no rhyme, no reason here. Why? I'm going to tell you. Because for this project, it's a Taco Tuesday challenge. We have to use scrap cakes, and we have to use 2 of them together. Because of that, there really is no rhyme or reason, because we're running 2 cakes together. So it's going to be how it is, you know? So the goal here is for me to just get through these cakes, so that I can use them in my upcoming project. And I have a feeling I'm going to use every bit of this yarn for this project. Every bit of it. Good night, Tie-Dye Dawn. You have a great night. Thank you for all the things. I love that you guys are keeping me company. I really do appreciate it. How many people are in here? I can't see. Oh, okay. I see it now. Thank you guys for being here. Whether you're here for 5 minutes or the entire time, thank you so much for your support. I do know for a lot of people it's a school night, so feel free to bounce out when you need to. You want to make a basket with your cakes? Your basket's going to look beautiful that way with this scrappy boho look. Yeah, for sure. You know, I'm really warming up to red. Like, I've always liked red, but not as much as my purple. This is my second favorite color, red. A really good, vibrant red, guys. It's so, so good. I love it. Hi, Lamar. Welcome in. Hi, Dee Dee. You can use scrap balls too. You don't have to make the cakes. Nope. On the card, it did say cakes or leftover balls of yarn. You just have to run two colors together at the same time. But yeah, so this red is so nice. Do you see how I'm holding it? It's very soft too. All right, Rochelle, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. I'll catch you on the next one. So, so good. So, Rainbow Creations, you're very lucky in that you don't have any. I mean, how often can you say you don't have any scrap yarn left? Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good problem to have. Me, I actually look forward to my scrap cakes. I do love, love, love having leftover yarns. I get very excited by it, actually. I'm like, yes, I can create like I've made several blankets. Who here remembers my panel blanket? It took me a while to make it. My quarter panel blanket, I did 4 rectangles and I made a diamond. And then like I connected them so that it was like a diamond. And then I did like a modern granny border. Very, very nice blanket. All scrap yarns. Love it. I may actually do another one of those in the future. Just because, you know, as long as we crochet, we are going to have leftover yarn. That's inevitable. It's what you do with it that really makes it fun and interesting. And you can change that up at any time, literally. And be like, well, I did that project with my cakes last time. Let me change it up and do this time, you know? Oh, that's a nice cake. I like this. Look at this one, guys. Super nice. I'll put you right there. All right. Let's start with red. I have a little bit of red left. So let's do that. Yes, absolutely beautiful. It's all the things. All the things. I don't think I'm ever going to not say all the things. I thought about it. I'm like, when are you ever going to stop saying that? I don't think so. You want to know why? Because it's etched in wood. You can't see it, it's backwards, but it says all the things. It's Juan the Yarn Addict, all the things. Right here. Yes. If it's etched in wood, you know, it's just as good as etched in stone, right? So good. Okay. Amigurumi stuffing. I'm not fussing with nuts. Not at this hour. We're not fussing with nuts. We're just going to do it and get it done. Let's go to another variegated yarn. Just because, no rhyme, no reason. Let's just do it. Because with the other cake, we may actually have a solid stripe come through, and it might be necessary for us to have back-to-back variegated yarn to kind of balance it off. You know what I mean? It's in my DNA. I love it. So good. Good night, Suzanne. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. You're making a few Izzy dolls. Love that. So good. Actually, let me slow down on that. Let me do a solid. Let's go to the spring green very quickly. Let's do that. Just checking the things. How many minutes? Okay. Nice. We have a spring green there. And then from here, let's go over to this one. I don't know the name of this colorway here. It's giving like, I don't know, like a beachy vibe. You have like a peach, a yellow. It's giving like a beach vibe color. I don't know, but I like it. You like watching me make cakes? I love that. And guys, I have to let you know, comments like the one Lamar left is the reason why I keep doing this. I keep doing this because my audience tells me how much they love this. Not everyone says it, but enough to keep me going. And as long as I keep getting it, I'm going to keep making it. So bring on the comments. All the good ones, of course. Where did I buy the yarn winder? On Amazon. Yep. They're out of stock right now. They've been for quite a while. They have two different sizes. They have a large one, and then they have a medium-sized one. This is the larger one. It makes the larger cakes. They do have a smaller one. I believe that one is in stock, but if you can hold out for the bigger one, I would hold out because this is an investment, and this will actually last you forever. Well, let's not say forever. It'll last you a long time. All right? It's definitely worth the investment because the cakes just came out so nice, you know? Now there is a caker from Knit Picks. It's $23 or so. They make smaller cakes. They're lots of fun because we wobble. The cylinder goes like this. It's very fun to look at when you're caking up your yarn. But if you're looking to make really nice thick cakes between 300 and 350 yards worth of yarn, you're going to want something like this. So a whole entire skein of Red Heart can be caked up into your caker at one time with this particular caker, you know, give or take a few yards. So yeah. So yeah, I would Google Stanwood yarn winder, and then you'll see where it is available. Especially if like Amazon is out of stock, it'll tell you like where else you'll be able to find it. I had to learn the hard way. Google can be your friend, even if you don't think it is. It can. It can be your friend. You have to let it. You had a nitpick one and your cat broke it. I'm sorry, Dee Dee. I hate that. Let me put this down here. The weight of the leftover yarn will have to do its thing. So I stretched this particular colorway out between 3 different cakes, and I love it. So what pattern do you guys think I should work up with this scrap cakes? There's 3 choices that I have in my head. Either a blessing blanket, twins crossing, or timber trails. Which blanket do you think I should put out with these scrap cakes? Sound off in the comments. Let me know. Timber trails. I love that pattern. Oh, that pattern is so nice. Blessing. Timber trails. Yeah. I think it's going to be timber trails with an 8mm hook. You have a medium-sized Stanwood? Nice. I'll tell you, I mean, the quality of the work. Yeah, it's just to make the blankets. Yep. And I've made boggy blankets with all 3 of those patterns. That's kind of my go-to for boggy blankets. And then cornerstone pathways, but you have to really pay attention to your tension with cornerstone pathways. It's pretty, but you have to pay attention to it. If you go too loose, it goes a little roughly. The easiest you do is on Tuesday. You're absolutely right. The quickest one is timber trails. It is the fastest. Actually, the fastest one technically is the blessing blanket because there's no front post stitches. So, I don't know. What is a boggy blanket? Newfie, I gotta tell you. So Newfie, the Boggy Creek blankets are for a camp in Florida. It's for children that are chronically ill. They go to this camp to, you know, spend a week to feel what it's like to be a kid and not have to worry about their illness. The camp counselors are doctors, trained physicians and things like that to be there in a moment's notice should anything go wrong. These kids get to experience what life is like as a kid at a camp. And these blankets that we make for them are little tokens of like a memento of their time in Florida. And I was introduced to Boggy Creek last year, and I was part of like the brigade in that I helped with collecting blankets. And, you know, we had this whole hashtag, fill that truck. And collectively, we sent 3,255 blankets to Florida for those kids. And every year we're doing it. And this year I'm not collecting blankets. Only Nancy is collecting the blankets. But what I'm doing is what I've always done. I'm designing blankets. I'm talking about Boggy Creek to my platform. I'm trying to get people involved if you're interested. And literally you make these blankets with all of your leftover yarns and various designs that we come up with. And you can use your leftover yarns. You can use whatever yarn you want, except that it has to follow their parameters. I should say that. So the yarn has to be machine washable and dryable, and no natural fibers outside of like cotton. So no wool. It's got to be acrylic or cotton. You can also use polyester as well, but it's got to be machine washable and dryable. And if you are crocheting a square blanket, they allow squares or rectangles, right? Actually, they allow shapes, but anyway, 40 inches by 40 inches, right? If you're doing a star or a circle or a square, it's got to be 40 inches by 40 inches. If you're doing a rectangle, it's got to be 35 to 40 inches wide by 40 to 50 inches long. And again, it's for the kids. You know, I design these things, these projects for the kids. It builds engagement with you guys. And, you know, Nancy is a good friend of mine. And I think that what she's doing is absolutely amazing. So anything that I can do to help her raise the blankets for the kids is what I'm going to do. So, yeah. There it is. That's Boggy Creek. I did it again, guys. I pulled from the outside. Why am I doing that? It's too late to finagle with it at this point. So I'm just going to do that. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I'm too far invested at this point. Let me just... Sometimes I do things and then I say, Juan, why did you do that? You didn't have to do it like that. You just made your job so much harder. I do that. I'm a glutton for punishment sometimes. Okay, that's enough of that color. I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to put yellow back on here. Let's do the yellow. Yes, I'm still live, Diane. Yes, I still am. Yep, I made that announcement at the very beginning of my live that I was going to be extended today. And I knew there were going to be people asking me, but I still said it anyway. Yep. Some people are just used to me being on for just a specified amount of time, and I knew that, so that's why I made the announcement. So this is extended because I just wanted some company. Sometimes we need company, and this is the best way for me to get it. So love that for me and for us. Oops, there we go. So I'm going to put this back on. How many cakes are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is cake number 8. Perfect. So once I finish this cake, how long have I been on? Let's see. Oh, that's not bad. Love that. I'm going to put quite a bit of that colorway on because I really like how that's pulling up. And then I'm going to back it up with some of this watercolor. Super, super nice. And then I may put green back on this. This is really knotting up. You know what I should do? I should use up the rest of these leftover cakes so they're not just sitting here. Yeah, I should do that because I don't want them, you know, getting folded up and knotted up and all. It's just not the things. Fallen angel, I'm right there with you. You know, in this house of mine, um, it's a pretty big house. It's just me and my mother, and I'm a caretaker, you know, on top of everything else. And so a lot of the times I'm here by myself and I have no one to talk to. So that's when I come on here, I go live. That's another reason why I do content 7 days a week. It gives me an opportunity to talk. Because for those of you guys who don't know, my mother is a deaf mute. She cannot hear or speak. And as of late, she went blind with 10% vision in one eye. So, yeah, I spent a lot of time alone here. So, I think every now and then, if I pepper an extended live out there, I did it again. Why am I going with the outside of the cake? Juan, you got to do better, guy. All right, so let's see. There we go. Let me just tie this on, and then I'll be on my way with this colorway, which it feels like a DK weight yarn, but I know it's a 4. There we go. So, so good. Thank you. Focus, right? Stay focused. Snap it, snap back, snap out of it. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's nice to know that like people do appreciate the fact that every now and then I pepper in these extended lives because, you know, time does fly. When I do my Sunday lives and things, I'm literally on for 1 hour and that's it. I don't really extend too far. And so when I do these, you know, it's nice to have company every now and then for me, you know. Let's see. Am I getting tired? No, you know what, Cole? No, tired is a bad word in my vocabulary. Nope, no such thing. Tired means more coffee. Thank you, Dee Dee. I really do appreciate that. Tired means more coffee. Thank you, Cole. I appreciate that. I really do. I love having you guys as company, to be perfectly honest with you. It's just really nice to know that we're enjoying each other's company for what it's worth. So whatever you're doing on your side of the screen, I love that for you because I love doing this. If I could do this 24 hours a day without the need of having to sleep or eat or use the bathroom or like breathe or touch grass, I would. Because I like doing it. But I do have to do all those other things. Look at this cake. This is so nice. I love that cake. Minus the gray. There's a gray ring in there. I'm not feeling it, but you know what? That's okay. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you, Diane. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. You have told me many times, you were like, I do like your coffee and cakes. We have 2 identical situations there. I love this for us. I think, honestly, between us, whichever child gets this blanket is literally going to be like, this blanket has all the colors. It's got every color. They're all over the place, and I love it. There's just no rhyme, no reason. This full cake, I'm not going to tap into. I'm not going to get into this one tonight. But what I am going to do is just take these leftover variegated yarns and mix them up with what I have left of the solids. And I think between what I have here, I can make one final cake. And then I'll call it. I think. We'll see. I think we'll call it. I don't know what time it is. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, we will call it after this next cake. I can't believe I've been on this long, but I love this for us, you know? It's not a school night for me, so I'm good. All I know is I worked my tuchus off yesterday. I could not sleep. I needed to wait for my body to tell me it was time for bed. And it's not telling me that yet, so I'm just going to do what I need to do. So good. You're enjoying, listen, I love that for us. I really do. And I know I may sound facetious, but I really do. Because, first of all, crochet, for a lot of us, is a very lonely craft. A lot of us do this alone. We're sitting in a room by ourselves. And it's kind of the reason why a lot of us go to YouTube and we go to these social platforms, because there really isn't someone to share the time with. And I'm just like you guys. I don't really have anybody to sit here and crochet with, so I'm here, you know? And I know a lot of us are like that. So, yeah. It's 10:46 in California. Wow, that's it? Wow, I might as well just go on for 5 more hours. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I kid, I promise. I'm not going to be on for 5 more hours. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, so good. All right, so I'm going to start with this Hunter Green. Do I anticipate? Well, according to some friends of mine, because I don't really watch the news or the weather, I can't, no. So, apparently it's supposed to stay out in the ocean. What we're getting right now, at least in Nowhere, Delaware, is really cool weather. It feels like October. I love it. I love how it feels like October right now. It's so good. Can we have all of that? Listen, if we had weather like this until October, I'd be living the life. Listen, you would not hear me complain about a single thing else. Nothing else. I will be a kid in a candy store. But I have a feeling nothing great like this lasts forever. We're going to get a really strong rush of heat before the weather cools down for the fall. It always happens that way. It's 5:47 in the evening on Thursday. What? Wow. What country are you from, Melanie? I'm very curious. You probably mentioned it and I missed it. I do apologize. In Texas, we don't get cool until November. Wow. Oh, thank you so much, Laverne. I really do appreciate these kind words, guys. It fuels the soul. It's like soup, you know, on a cold day. It's like tomato soup and grilled cheese on a rainy day. I just love it so much. It's my favorite. I'm that person. I am very much a tomato soup and a grilled cheese kind of person on a rainy day. On a rainy day, yep. Put on a good movie or a good crochet tutorial. Put on a good crochet tutorial with a fresh skein of yarn. Yes, that's me. What new project are we going to get into today on this rainy day after we have our grilled cheese and tomato soup? I love it. It's so good. 3:48 p.m. Thursday, East Coast, Australia. What? I love it. And it's like in the middle of the night here on Thursday. Yes. So it's 1:49 a.m. What am I thinking? I don't know, but I love it. My mom used to tell me, Juan, you're such a fool for being up all night like that. The day is going to just drag on. I said, for you, not for me. I have coffee to solve that problem. I'm good. Just give me all the coffee, right? Call me Juan Valdez. Call me Juan Valdez, the coffee bean man. I love it. I'll make enough coffee for me, for you, and everyone on the block. So, fun fact, I don't know if many of you guys know this. I am from Pennsylvania, and I'm from a suburb of Philadelphia. But once I became of age, I moved to Philadelphia, and I spent many years there. And if you're familiar with Philadelphia, we're all about the blocks, right? When someone asks you, if you're from Philly, if someone asks you like, hey, where do you live? You don't give the address. You never do. Not if you're from here. You always tell them the intersection. You always say like 5th and Snyder or, 13th and Christian. You never give like the actual address. Or you'll say from Graduate Hospital or from Strawberry Mansion or, these different neighborhoods within the city, And so that part of me has never left. Even now, like I bought a house in Nowhere, Delaware. I have been removed from Philly for many years, and people will still ask me, like, people on this side. I don't really share this with the public, like strangers, but like people that I've come across, on numerous occasions, they'll be like, "So, what part of Delaware do you live?" And I'll give the intersection, not the exact address, and they're like, "So where is that exactly?" I'm like, "Oh, that's right. You're not from Philly, so you don't understand why I'm giving intersections instead of addresses. It's just how it is. I don't know if that's the same for other cities, like if you're from the city, but if you're from Philly, that's kind of how we do it here. We'll say we're from this intersection and this intersection. Yes, Kendall, I am on. Yes. Listen, my mind is not ready to just shut down. It's not ready. And I can't force it, unfortunately. And plus, I have this coffee that's nice and hot. Hi, Debbie. Welcome in. Oh, I love it, Janelle. Listen, I have a question for you, my Aussie friends, because there is a bunch of you guys that watch me, and I got to tell you, I love that for us. And when I say a bunch, I mean a lot. There's a lot of you guys that email me. I'm just wondering, what time of the day do you guys actually like watching your content? Because I need to find a time that's good for you guys, that I can actually come on, and that it's like right after your dinner time. You know what I mean? I'm very curious about that, because I would love to do a live in the evening, your time, all day, every day. I love it. All day, every day. And believe it, so they're in winter, by the way, guys. They're experiencing winter, and a lot of the comments and messages I get from my Aussie viewers is, "Hey, Juan, can you make some winter makes? It's winter down here. I know it's summer where you're at, but like, we love watching you and your things. Can you make anything for wintertime for us?" And so, yeah, that's always at the forefront. I'm always thinking about that. So to my Aussie friends, you're on the brain when I think of my projects. So stay tuned. So good. So thank you guys so much for that. Let's see. Your iPad just hit your forehead. Can't keep my eyes open. Good night. Good night, Debbie. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I appreciate you. So good. Same here, all day, every day. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. New Zealand, Australia, a whole bunch of you guys watch me, and I love it. And for a while there, so like in our studio, it tells us like which countries watch us the most. Obviously, US is always first, because this is where I'm based. But for the longest time, it was always US, Canada, UK. Now it's US, and second place is tied with Canada and Australia. It's just so amazing. And third is Brazil. It's really, really funny how like the neighborhood for me, my following has shifted. It's changed, and I love it. I welcome that change very, very much. What color am I doing next? Let's do spring green. I had a knot here. Hopefully it's not too bad. I see a knot. That's okay. Amigurumi stuffing. It's almost whoopsie. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. So at this point in the juncture, we're just going to tie off and just move on to the things. So good. I wonder, see, another thing too, I wonder how many new folks I will come across in this live. It's another reason why I love doing verticals. It opens up the floodgates and puts me out there to different people who has maybe never come across me. I'm very curious to see, like, what that is going to look like. You have to go to bed? Never. We never have to go to bed. Yes, I will eventually, but my day, once I wake up, is going to be spent crocheting. I'm going to veg, I'm going to crochet, at least the first part of the day. Yeah. So, I love that for me. And for you and for us. It's so good. I was looking forward to getting most of this cake on. I'll tell you what, whatever I have left of that is how it's just going to be. It's very naughty. It's misbehaving. You see it? It's misbehaving. Yes, Lorraine, thank you so much. I love that you guys are saying that. Such a nice surprise, because I'm usually never on this time, guys. I'm never on at this time. You see a lot of new names? Love it. And I got to tell you, a lot of my OG regulars, they watch me on their television, and so it comes up different on a TV, these verticals. And, you know, they let me know about it. But I don't regret doing it, because I feel like it's really important to put yourself out there to new people. And you just don't know who's going to come across your channel. And so for me, I love doing it. You know? You love a lazy day off? Yes. So good. You know what I would love to do on one of my lazy days? I would love to go to a LYS with a cup of, like, a really tall cup of coffee, my yarn, hook, needles, whatever, my whip, and just spend the day there, listening to the music, hanging out at the yarn shop. I would love to do that one day. Just super chill, in super comfortable clothes, and just spend the day talking about all things yarn and crochet and knit and all the things. I've never had a chance to do that yet, but I want to so bad. I want to just veg out with yarny friends. Someday, we will have that opportunity. Let's put some of this on. I have a feeling I'm going to put the outer ring of this cake with this yarn. I just need to get a solid, actually, yes. I'm being indecisive right now because I'm looking at this knot. I don't like it. All right. Let's see. You work till 10 on Tuesday and Wednesday, so I was happy to see you live tonight. Thank goodness. And you know, I got to tell you, and I'm sure my Blue Wrenches will be the ones to agree with me on this, we actually look for feedback in the live, and we take that, and we, you know, that's kind of how we make some decisions moving forward. And I may pepper in one of these every now and then, because it's really nice to see some new names. It's really nice to see familiar faces, you know. I really do like that. So who knows? We may actually take your feedback and run with it and make this a thing every now and then, where we just hang out. We veg, you know. I sit here and gap at the gums for a few hours. I keep you company. You keep me company. I love that. And I still have my midweek live to do today, right? It's Thursday. I have a midweek live. I have all the things for my channel to do later on tonight. Hi, Robin. Welcome in. So Robin comes to us from South Africa. I love that. I'm sorry, Robin. I have to tell everybody every time I see you. I love it. If I know where, like, I have Arpita. Arpita comes to us from India. And, you know, she comes in and she hangs out with us. I love it. If I can remember, I say it. So, yeah. Whole bunch of you guys love it. Kendall, you're still awake, Kendall? So what am I using these for? So I have a Taco Tuesday challenge where we're supposed to use scrap cakes or balls of yarn to make a project, and you have to use 2 of them at the same time. So I have to make a bunch of these and have the project done by Tuesday. So I thought this is a perfect opportunity to make my cakes to have them ready for Taco Tuesday. So that's what I'm using these cakes for. And as soon as I get a nice layer of this blue, I'm going to finish this cake with this yarn right here that's on the table. This. So, you can't sleep because of your back? I can't sleep because I'm over caffeinated. Not that it's a bad problem to have. And Kendall, I really do hope that your back gets better. We're at 3 sevens. I love that. 77.7. I think once this live ends, the new number will update. Hi, Crystal. Welcome in. So glad to see you here. So anybody who has subscribed to the channel while I'm on my vertical, like, I think that updates once this is done. So I'm curious to know what that is. You know? For those of you guys who are asking, I am making a blanket with these yarns. It's part of a Tuesday challenge. So we're supposed to use these cakes that you're seeing here and run 2 of them together with a crochet hook and make a project. So that's one of the challenges. There's 4 challenges for Taco Tuesday. This is one of them. And because this cake is going cattywampus, I'm going to have to recake this cake. It's not going to take me long, though. I've had to recake a few of them, unfortunately. So, yeah. Yes, so my midweek lives, I usually keep a very, very consistent schedule with my normal things. So I have members only Mondays, so anything member related is always on Mondays. I have a midweek live always, well, used to be like always on Wednesdays. I had to move it to Thursday because of the day job. So Thursdays, and then I have Saturday night date night. I come in my PJs, I sit in the chair, and we hang out. And then Sunday morning, we do Crochet with JTYA. And all this is relative to my time zone. So Sunday morning, I do Crochet with JTYA. I do crochet lessons. I'll show you some recipes like books and things, or I'll crochet. And then Sunday night, that's my most consistent live. I've been doing that one live, 6 p.m. on Sundays, my time, since 2023. And I have not missed a single Sunday, knock on wood, since I started my channel. I have not missed that live, not a single one. I may have been a few minutes late, but I never missed it, ever. So I am taking these cakes and I am making a blanket. It's part of a Tuesday challenge. I'm running multiple cakes together at the same time to make a blanket. It's part of a challenge. So yeah. Can you use more than 2 yarns together for the challenge? I don't think so. I think it's just 2. Yeah. It's so nice we do it twice, I think is the name of it. It's so nice we do it twice. Yep. But that could be another card that I put in the jar. You know? It's so nice we do it thrice. Ooh. Instead of 2 yarns, run 3 yarns. It's so nice we do it thrice. Oh, that's so good, right? What is the purpose of unspooling one roll just to respool it? Well, these are all leftover yarns from various projects, and they're not all caked up. They're all coming like this. So it's just various yarns, and we're putting them all together for a Taco Tuesday challenge. So yeah, it's relative to the challenge that I'm doing. So it's really early in the morning. Yes, it is. 2:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do I sell it? No. I'm actually donating my blankets to sick children in Florida. So yes, I don't really sell my work. I donate it. Yep. And then if I don't sell it or donate it, I keep it. And I have a lot of that. So people are telling me, like, Juan, you need to start selling the things you're not donating because you're going to run out of room. And it's the truth. I am running out of room. So, of my makes. So I have to recake this, unfortunately. Because the inside here, cattywampus. It's just all kinds of crazy in there. It's very distorted and all the things. We cleared the table, by the way. Look, the table's clear. I know. I'm nervous. I'm so excited. We've gone through quite a bit of yarn taking up this, like a whole bin. I emptied a whole bin of yarn. And it's still hot. I love hot coffee. So good. So good. Black and pink. Yeah, that's a nice combination depending on the pink. I don't like all shades of pink. I think some shades of pink are hideous and disgusting. Is that Sade C? I think you asked me that several times already. I told you, I think, multiple times what I do with this yarn. Don't be afraid to use the winder. It's fun. Yes. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Listen, Kendall, look what I did earlier. I used it. I know. I even have the outside of some of these cakes with pink. You know? You give up, Lorraine? What do you give up? Oh, wait, I love watching you make cakes. My son bought me a caker for Mother's Day, but I haven't used it yet. Been afraid to. I think you should use it. I think you should put it on the table and do all the things with it. You're on break at work and you're crocheting. I love it. So good. My least favorite part of the cake when you're rewinding it is, you see how it bubbles up? I'm always fearful that it's going to turn into like a yarn baby and it's going to be very naughty and disgusting. I don't like that for us. That's why when I recake the cake, I'm very quiet. I have to concentrate. I feel like if I don't pay attention, I'm going to miss out and mess it up. So just give me a minute. And then after this, I'll show you guys all the cakes that we made for this live. Clean the house, walk the dogs, drinking coffee, and you're still here. Yay! Yep. And you know, Manuela, I'm never on at this time. Like, this is very rare for me. And you know what? I actually like it. I don't know why I like it, but I like being on. I don't know. I love this for us. Yeah, so even though it's the middle of the night for me, I know it's always 8 o'clock somewhere, you know? And, you know, sometimes I got to be considerate for those in other time zones. I feel like I need to come on when it's a normal time for other people, you know? I think I need to be more accommodating because my channel is worldwide. I do have people in other countries and a lot of people who watch me from other countries. And I feel like it would be really nice to just come on at my time, maybe like 5 o'clock in the morning, which in Australia would be 7 p.m. Yeah, 7 p.m. in Australia would be 5 o'clock in the morning for me. Sometimes that's actually really nice considering how many people from Australia watch me. You know? So I am considering it to my Australian friends. Yes. I love that for us. Put that on a t-shirt, Juan. Yes, right? I love that for us. I love that you recognize that. That's so cool. I love it. We're at the end of the cake. This is where it decides to go wonky. It likes to knot against the other yarns. I can't wait to start this project. I gotta be honest with you. I'm very excited about it. Just because I love variegated yarn and I get to work with a big hook and I'm running 2 yarns together. What? This is unprecedented. This is like one of my favorite challenges so far of Taco Tuesday. Love it. So good. I love it. And I'm at the very end. So wait until I show you all these wonderful, yummy cakes, guys. All the cakes that we made for this session of Coffee and Cake with Juan, live edition. Live edition. I love that, right? All right, so let me just tie this off right here. Okay, so good. All right, and pop this off. I do my little shimmy, you know. This is a beautiful cake. I don't know what, oh, that's the thing. Look at that. Minus the pink. Let's ignore the pink. Isn't that a beautiful cake minus the pink? It's a beautiful cake minus the pink, you know? So good. I love that for you and for me and for us. It's a plaid cake. Yes. Okay, so let's do a recap. I'm going to take the caker off the table. Let's take a look at all the cakes that we made for this sesh. Oh, okay. So here's the latest cake that we made. Hold on. So that's the latest cake we made. Put that there. Next, we have this one. That's cake number 2. Very, very nice. I don't know if I care for the gray, but I'm here for it. I like it. All right, so that's cake number 2. Cake number 3, right there. Okay, so you feel, okay, so 6 o'clock in the morning my time would be 8 p.m. Australian time. So 6 in the morning is actually not a bad time for me. I'm actually awake. Yeah, I love that. We have this cake right here. I like this cake a lot too. This ring right here does it for me. I love that ring. Very, very nice. And I love the outside. This is artist print, Red Heart Super Saver. Artist print. So that's 4. Ouch, it burns, it burns, it burns. So we have this cake right here with all the things. So good. All right, and I'm holding them extra long so you can see all the things in the cake. So this one here, this is a lowercase celebration. It's, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, but that's okay. The solids are too solids. I mean, it's too thick of a solid, but with how busy these other yarns are and we're running them together, this might actually be a good thing. It might be good that we have these solids in here like this. Okay, so there's that. And then we have this stack right here. And by the way, this colorway here is called Papaya. Red Heart Super Saver Papaya. It's that pulling yarn. They still make it. It's not discontinued vintage variegated yarn. I just had no use for it, so I put it on this. So that's the Papaya. There you go. All right, next. I think this might be one of my favorite ones here. I'm not sure. Very, very nice. Okay. So that's 8 cakes so far that we did for this session right here, right? We also did on this session, this is of no use to us. This one right here we did. This is my favorite cake. Yep. This one is my favorite cake of all of the cakes that we did. It's the busiest and it's the most beautiful. I love it. And we have artist print on the outside. Red Heart Super Saver artist print. So we have 9 cakes. We did 9 cakes for this session. This is a record for me. It took 40 days and 40 nights to do it, but we did it, right? I have these 3 from Stash that I'm including into this project. So here's the one I showed at the beginning. This is all vintage, discontinued, variegated yarn. They don't make these colorways anymore. So there's that. This is all vintage yarn, but I mixed solids and variegated with both of these. So there's a little bit of both. Here's the next one. All right. And last but not least, this cake has been in my possession for over a year. It was lost and I recently found it. So here's that. And I'm going to include that in this project. So I don't think I'm going to need all of this cake for my boggy blanket. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to do 2 of them with this. So all I can say is stay tuned. I have more than enough cakes now to do my project. And I also have to tell you guys that I enjoyed this session so much that I'm going to almost guarantee that I'm going to be doing this more often. So when I run out of cakes, I'm going to do another stretch session like this where we just chill out. I'll let you know ahead of time. Listen, guys, before you come in here, don't expect this to just be an hour. I'm going to be on here for as long as the wind blows and it tells me that, you know, we're going to be on for. So that's literally it. Look at all these wonderful colors. I love it. 12 cakes in total. Wow. What size hook are you going to use for the 2 skeins? So it's my go-to. I always use the same size hook. I use an 8mm US letter L for my 4-weight yarns when I run 2 of them together. I treat it like a thick 5. Yeah, that's just my personal preference, and the stitches actually come out really nice when I do that. Or if most of the yarn is like a thinner 4, I'll use a 7mm prim hook. I'll use a 7mm, but my go-to is an 8. So be careful touching the pink. I know, see it? I'm doing one of these, you know. So yes. So guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. It definitely lifted my spirits. I feel so much better now that I've had time with you guys. And I look forward to doing this again with you. All right. So that is all from me for now. And until the next one, which is not going to be long because I have my midweek live later on. So I'll see you guys later on this evening. All right. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, night, evening. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now. Bye.